Hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Sorry about the music cutting out there. I didn't realize I was playing a singular song. But yo, how's everybody doing? I see Goldie, Kooky, Vanillix, Gabby, Gamers. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing today? How's your Friday been? I'm excited to be doing some Let's Go hunting, guys. Hope you guys are excited as well. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully the stream audio is coming through okay. Like I said, yeah, apologies for it getting dead silent. I was hoping to be done by the time that song finished, as well as, didn't expect for it to not play into another song. So that is my bad, but here we be, very bored, too impatient for October, only a few days away. I am hearing slight crackling in the audio. We'll see if that continues. If it does, I will be... That seems to be okay. Let's double check this. What's the situation with our Pokeballs? Let's check on that. 45 Pokeballs, so I could definitely use with some... I could definitely do with some more. But you know what? We may as well just catch some stuff in Great Balls for now. What's our lure situation? 3 lures. Maybe sell the Great Balls. Potentially, yeah, sell the Great Balls. Buy a bunch of lures for that. We'll see how much we get for the Great Balls. That'll be how we determine this. But yeah, how are you? You have Kitty. Nice. I had a kitty in here, but the reason that door is open is because she was in here and I didn't want to lock her in, but she immediately left. Which gets to the point of having it open, but now she'll be coming and going, and I don't know. I'm actually going to go shut that. Not because I don't like the kitty, but just because some of the wires are everywhere and I don't want her... She likes to aggressively rub her face into things, and I don't want her rubbing her face into, like, the power wire for the computer or something. So we're going to fly to Cerulean, because we're going to have to fly there anyway. We're going to try to buy some stuff from the Pokemon Center there, and I am going to take this headset off real quick so I can shut that door. There we go. It's so nice having hardwoods and I can roll across them. This week has been slow for you, but you're doing good in middle school. Awesome. Good to hear you're doing well. All right. Where's the mart in this town? I forget. I'm going all over the place. People are probably going to be yelling at me. There we go. I was on the right track. Hunting for rock while you wait for your friend's game to finish. Valorant game, I take it. All right, yeah, let's see how much these Great Balls will sell for, or as well as these marbles. Yeah, I'll sell those. Yeah, the Great Balls are down here. Cool. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That works for me. Let's see what I can buy with this. Yeah, I don't need to buy that many. Let's buy 100 for now. And let's see how many max lures I can buy. Just max out everything else with max lures here, probably. I can only buy 11, so yeah, we'll do that. Actually, I could probably buy more than 11, but I bought 11. We'll make this work for today. Keep getting Spanish ads after you did your Spanish speaking test near your iPad. Everything's always listening. And your friend are gonna carry you in comp and Val. Nice. not gonna be dead weight. Good plan. Good plan. Alright, let's use Dragonite here. Let's fly over. Let's use Dragonite. It's fitting to fly on Dragonite here to head over to the Dratini hunt. Guys, I'm excited for this. Dratini is a cool one. Let's not turn on the lure yet. So we're gonna go ahead and fly over here, then we'll hop on the surfboard. Brother turns 14 in 3 days. Nice. Happy early birthday to him. Alright, so with this hunt, there's not a lot of avoiding any Pokemon we encounter. Obviously, we don't have a lot of room to avoid them. But we're going to hang out down here by the power plant and hopefully come across some Dratini. I believe, is Dratini a rare spawn? That's going to be annoying if that keeps happening. We're going to have to stick to the outside wall just to make sure we don't bump into it. Is Dratini a rare spawn that we need to pop a lure for? I forget. I'm going to check that real quick. Like, are we only going to be encountering Magikarps here for a few minutes? Let's double check this. Okay, it's 4%, so it's not a special spawn. That's good to know. Wait, hold on. Is it a special spawn? What is this? I'm coming to first shiny ever found in DX. Looky, looky, nice! Congrats on that, Goldie. Yeah, so hopefully you guys have been having a good week, or had a good week. Anyone got anything exciting planned for the weekend? I'm also gonna go ahead and pop one of the questions of the day. Shai made some questions, yeah. Oh, hey, there's a Dratini. Almost missed it. Dratini's a pain to get in Let's Go, feature warning. I'm very prepared for this fact. I am very aware that it's going to be a pain in the butt. I'm very ready for this. It's one of those hunts that it's got to be done, right? Like, there's no other way to do this. So may as well just go for it here. Honestly, one of the things that would actually be smart would be to get a bunch of Ultra Balls just to do a bit more guaranteed catching. If I don't catch it with this throw, I'm gonna pop a Raspberry, see what I can do, because yeah, I can foresee this hunt being a little bit annoying. But that's part of the challenge. That's kind of what I want to do with it. Obviously, yeah, when a Raspberry is still deep red, dark red circle, be careful. See, yeah, like that's the thing, right? Like, what else do I have in terms of Pokeballs? I have one Ultra. Let's use our Premier Balls for now, because I don't intend to use those on anything else. We're just gonna use Premier Balls. I know their catch rate isn't any better, but I don't really care about the catch rate at the moment. I need the catch rate to be down later, so I'd rather not be wasting Pokeballs I want to use on the shiny. So yeah, this will work best. This will work good for us. It's a good way to get rid of the Premier Balls I don't need, because we can just dump all of these Dratini after this hunt. So yeah, I am fully prepared. I'm fully aware that Dratini is going to be a pain in the butt. That is expected. It's not like a shock to me that Dratini is going to be difficult. This has been a hunt that I've avoided because I knew it was going to be a little bit difficult. Also, I'm gonna say hello to my hand. But yeah, there we go. I wanted to adjust the camera just enough to pull the to get that softbox out of the frame. Does Dratini have a run animation? I would assume they all do. I think everything does. It might be the same animation. It's just the animation plays while you can still catch it. The biggest problem I found with run animations is if it starts any frames of the run animation, it considers it to have played the run animation, which is fair. But along with that, what it does is if you throw a Pokeball and it starts its run animation in those first 2 or 3 frames of the run animation where it looks no different than a normal idle animation, it can be a little bit difficult because it can be a little bit difficult, right? Like, because you don't know that it started the run animation, but it has done it, so as soon as it breaks out of the Pokeball, it runs. And you have no, like, real prep for it. Excited for the after shows? Yeah, I think I'm going to start those next week. This week, I've had so much stuff to do off-stream, related to streams and just related to moving. I still have, like, a massive pile of boxes in my kitchen right now, of just stuff that I haven't unpacked, and my bedroom's full of half unpacked boxes that it's like these have been unpacked, and that like I washed some of the clothes in them, but that's about it. It'll get easier as you go because of higher catch. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so that's why it's like I am aware that it's going to be a difficult hunt, but it's one of those things that I have to start it. I have to start it. Even if we lose a few chains, that honestly wouldn't be bad, because I've done like 3 Dratini catches before this or something like that, something very low. So it's not like really shocking that it's going to be a difficult catch. It's a difficult catch rate in general, and yeah, I haven't done any of the catches to warrant me getting a lower catch rate. I'm not popping a lure yet, just because I don't want to waste the lures. I don't have that many, and any money that I have, I would like to be able to put towards Pokeballs. So yeah, this will definitely be an interesting hunt in terms of prep for the actual shiny itself. As far as like, once we do build up a chain, I'll probably just pop a lure and fly to try to avoid everything I can. Come on, Dratini, why you do this? Why you do this to me? It's been years since you played Let's Go because you lost your shinies. Oh no! Check Dratini's run. So the thing is, I won't be upset if I lose some chains. We'll learn the run animation along the way. Generally, just the rule of thumb is if it does an animation that's not a movement, that's its run animation right there. It's gonna run after this. I'm gonna let it. Or I really don't have a choice. I ran. I didn't let it run. But yeah, that right there is its run animation. Yeah, rule of thumb, any animation Pokemon makes that isn't changing its position, that the circle stays up for, that the catching circle stays up for, any animation like that is its run animation. So that's how you know. If it does an animation where it stays still, like it stays in place, like it moves around but it stays in place, where the circle doesn't go away, that is its run animation. So we saw what its run animation is. If it does run a few times, like I said, I won't be upset, because I would rather a normal one run and us rebuild our chain and get a better catch rate than the first one that we have run be the shiny, right? Like that's kind of what it is. Have a hot take about Death Stranding. Being a few hours into the gameplay is annoying, but no, it's boring. Keeps you on your toes, makes sure you're paying attention. You like that, because you can fall over so easily. See, like, what is the point of that game? Like, it feels like just an art piece more than anything else, which, fair, make what you want to make, but like, is it really just walking around in this place, like, with bare minimum gameplay aside from walk? That's kind of the feel I got from it. Head wiggle, yeah. See if we got all it works. Yeah. So we know what the run animation is now. And like I said, if we do break our chain, I'm not going to be heartbroken. Like I said, if anything, us breaking our chain at first will be a good thing, because it just means we build the chain back up with a better catch rate, or closer to having the better catch rate. Because I want to be catching this Dratini in a Pokeball. I know I am mad. I am insane for continuing to want to do that, despite having burned all of my luck in that area when it comes to hard catches with Dragonite and Charizard. Both of those definitely blew all of my luck out of the water on that. Lapras doesn't have a run animation. Its run animation is attack and neck stretch. But if that's the case, its run animation still exists. Like, the point of a run animation, I don't think, is to really be different. It's to, like, it's not to be different from other animations. The key factor in a run animation is that the Pokemon stays in place, but the circle stays as well when it does animation. Walking, but not just walking. Fair. I have a baby to take care of along the way, and if it gets stressed out and starts crying, can attract enemies. Also, balance is a key mechanic. People also have things along the way to help you with gameplay. Gotcha. 165 Rockruff, no shiny. You'll find it, gamers. You'll find it. That's still pretty early on in terms of Masuda method, as far as odds go. Yo, what's going on? What's going on, Sudden? How you doing, man? I'll be here soon. I'm currently out, so you'll be active in stream very soon. Okay, I got you, man. I got you. Most horrible memory you have is the time you threw away your DS because the logo and everything was worn out on the top and you thought it was something else. Oh no! No, that's awful. I'm so sorry, Goldie. Hope you can get a 3DS soon. I hope you can, yeah. 3DSs are becoming a bit more difficult to find. It's really unfortunate, just because, like, I would like a few more 3DSs. I think I will definitely be the sucker buying into some of the higher priced ones online. Just to have, like, spare ones, as bad as that may be. It's just, like, I don't want to, like, risk not having 3DSs for things. Just with how many of the games I want to play still are on them. And I feel like, not knocking the 3DS, but I've put in so many hours on one that it, like, started dying that I don't want to, like, that I don't trust it to be as durable as something like a GBA. Yo, what's going on, Hamza? How's it going, man? What's up? Not much, not much. Just doing some Let's Go hunting, trying to get back into the swing of that. I'm excited this weekend. I'm going to be working a bit more on improving my desk and getting my setup a little bit more concrete, because I don't know if you've noticed, but it is a different set now, a different place. I moved last week, so now I have a room dedicated to the streaming, and I need to get my desk fully built for it so I can get the camera and everything in the right spot, get everything set up right, and then from there really start going in on stream stuff. Kojima's very proud of Death Stranding, apparently, because in the intro creds, his name is in most of them. I mean, he made it, so his name should be in it. I haven't played Let's Go in a while. See the new set? Okay, would love a new setup. Heck yeah! Yeah, so this is the permanent room for it, but it is a temporary setup inside the room. Basically, last summer I started building an L desk, and I only built part of it, so I have just like a normal desk, because my apartment was too small to have a full-size desk that I wanted in it. But now that I've moved, I have a room dedicated to this, and I'm going to be, fingers crossed, as long as the weather holds out, I'll be building the second half of it, staining it and finishing it this weekend, and then getting it all put together. And like by Monday or Tuesday, the stream will actually like have the proper background that it'll stick with, aside from like updates and lighting improvements and stuff like that. Yo, Aiden, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. 3DS is backwards compatible with DS games like Pokemon Light, right? Yes. I think all 3DS family systems are backwards compatible with DS games. I don't think there are any games that don't work. Yeah, stuff like Pokemon White absolutely will work. There's just, I won't say 100% of games will work, just because I might be caught out with some use case where it's like one game has like a specialty cartridge and it doesn't work or something, but yeah. Saving up for a 2DS, nice! Hopefully you're able to get one. You excited for F1 this weekend? Yes, dude, yes. I'm ready for Bottas to just crush it. Everyone focusing on Max and Lewis, because obviously it's between those two for the title, but Sochi is Bottas's track. Like, he already proved that in both practice sessions today, just being so far ahead of everyone. I know like 400s doesn't seem like it's that far ahead, but to be 400s ahead of Lewis in the same car, like 2 qualifying sessions in a row, yeah. Bottas is ready to go out there and crush it today. Or like tomorrow. Why did they stop making the 3DS? Nintendo Switch can't do much when it comes to compatibility and stuff. Because they don't make new games for the 3DS. The 3DS is an unsupported system now. It is end of life. They wouldn't, if they kept making them, they wouldn't be selling enough of them to make a profit by keeping them out there. And every 3DS they sell is a Switch they could have sold. As much as it stinks that, yeah, the backwards compatibility is not there, it's not, like, strange. It's not a requirement that they support the last generation of games. You know, like, it's been very nice that all of their handhelds have done that, and that for the most part a lot of home consoles have. But especially when it comes to cartridge systems, the fact that the DS line has had such good backwards compatibility was rare, and not really something that we could like fully always expect. So yeah, unfortunately, there's just no backwards compatibility for 3DS games. There won't ever be. So yeah, they discontinued it because they weren't making money with it, and they are a business at the end of the day. As much as I would love for there to still be new 3DS systems on shelves, that's done. That's not happening anymore. Do you see your previous message? Don't have to call you Suddenly, I can call you Caleb. I know you mentioned it yesterday. I can be bad with names sometimes. I can't do anything with compatibility besides its own cartridge type. Exactly, yeah. But that's not enough of a reason for them to continue selling 3DS systems. The 2DS, the new 2DS XL was already a sign that the 3DS was at the end of its life. When they released a new version of the 2DS, that was kind of their like, this is the final version of the 3DS family of systems. Because at that point the Switch was already out and announced and stuff, so it's like they did give us a new 3DS at that point, and yeah, if you didn't get one before they stopped making them, that's the end of them. Now you can only really find them on eBay and stuff, because any that were still on store shelves got bought by people who were like, I can flip this, or I want to save some. Gonna be carried in Val very soon, gonna need to go soon. That's all good, man. Best of luck with that. You played Unite for the first time, it's kind of fun, might need to try LOL. I just remember I played League of Legends for one round, did so terrible in it, I immediately uninstalled, and that was that. Haven't 3DS in stores in like forever? Yeah, I mean, they stopped making them, and it's like, it's a system that I think people see the long-term value of, as far as like, the longer you hold on to one, the fewer others there will be. Like, either for your own use or for the sake of selling, right? Like, it's one of those things where right before it stopped being sold, they were just worthless, basically. Like, obviously, like, they weren't worthless. I still have several that I use regularly, but to the general population, the 3DS was already done. It had been several years that the Switch was out. Anyone who wanted a handheld Nintendo system was probably looking at the Switch just from the perspective of why would I buy a 3DS right now? I could buy a Switch. How was Adele outside today? She was good. She was good. It is very funny. So it's like a thing. It's a thing where like cats instinctively, when they have something on, like in the same kind of way the harness went on, of like wrapped around them snugly, it's like, oh no, I have been caught. I'm gonna go limp for my safety. Hopefully they think I am dead, or I don't cause damage from being bit and wiggling around. So that's like their instinct to just flop over, and when she's inside with it on, she just falls over and just looks at me like, please help. But if I pick her up and put her outside, she like stands back up and starts walking around, and yeah, she was having a good time. I think she was just kind of exploring, getting used to it. She didn't really walk around a whole lot. She kind of walked around, like sniffed some spots, and, like laid down, and like stood up, sniffed some spots, tried eating some of the grass, laid back down, you know. But I think she'll kind of get used to it. Yo, Buzzbits, what's going on? I haven't been here since Trico Hunt. Welcome back then. Hope you've been doing well. 3DS is a spectacular library too. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Lighter red circle. Yeah. 10 to 14-year-olds are too old or too young for everything. What do you mean? You're too late to see good older games, but too young to not be restricted from everything? What do you mean by that? Cats hate collars and harnesses. She's absolutely fine with her collar, but she's had that since before I had her, so I think that's just part of her. They get used to it over time, and some cats are more willing to adapt to it than others. But yeah, she's been absolutely fine with her collar all the time. It's just, you don't want to just have the collar on. You don't want her to slip that or anything like that, you know? To see previous message, The How Was Adele? Yeah, I saw that. I've been responding to it. And the before that with, yeah, I know I can call you by your name, but like I said, I am bad with names sometimes. Missed out on a lot of the M games back then because your mom was like, you can't play games that are over T. I mean, so here's the thing. Like, you might be like, oh, I missed out on them, but if you can play them now, like, you're going to have kids who are like, how old you were then now, saying the same thing about the ones now. That was one thing that I noticed during that direct today, is that, like, I'm like, wow, this is very interesting to see how far games have come, but then also sitting here going, like, these are gonna be the retro games for kids, right? Like, there are gonna be kids who look at, like, the new Kirby game and stuff like that. They'll look at that the same way, or, like, Mario Odyssey, the same way that, like, I look at, like, Mario 64, right? Where it's, like, a game that came out right around the time I was born, a little bit after I was born, maybe, but before I really understood what video games were. There are gonna be kids who look at these games that way. It's like, it's weird to think that, when it's kind of like, it's weird to think about it that way. Gotta go. Alright, see you later, gamers. I just got Ghost Recon Wildlands for PS4 for $9 at Target. Nice! Good deal there. I've been finding the M games from the past you wanted to play as a kid and playing them now. There you go. I keep standing out of the... I keep getting out of the water, and I don't mean to. I'm gonna drop on this Magikarp and immediately encounter it, aren't I? Or not. Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid swimming up too far, because I'm concerned if I swim up too far, I'm spawning everything in the grass on Route 10, and that's lowering our spawns here. Only T-game your mom let you play with Smash Brawl. Yeah, my parents are generally fine with that. I was the one who, like, censored myself and, like, prevented myself from playing those games for some reason. Question is, why'd you pick the sort of rare spawn shiny hunt? Cause I figured why not? It's a shiny I want to get in the game. I want to get all the shinies in the game, so I got to go for all of them at some point. And if I do all of the easy ones first, then I'm just gonna like go insane when I get around to the last Let's Go hunts. But yeah, I totally didn't see that message. I don't know where that was. Yeah, sometimes guys, like I think I was talking about yesterday, it can be very confusing when y'all ask, like, did you see my last message? Sometimes, because like the chat moves slowly enough that I generally feel like if you say that, I can find it on screen again. And sometimes the messages don't show up because YouTube decides I don't need to see it. Out of my control, out of your control. I just don't see them sometimes, so I might get confused. And if I seem frustrated, it is never with you, it is with YouTube. Dratini Pog. What's going on, J18? How you doing, man? How's life going? Snuck around and played GTA at your friends? Nice. Yeah, I remember being like 8 and being guilty that I was playing an E10 Plus game. That very quickly changed after I started playing Halo, though. Have you been these past few months? I've been pretty good. Thanks for asking. Hope... Excuse me. Hope you've been doing well. Yeah, I've been doing pretty well. This past weekend, I moved. I'm in a new place, obviously. Yeah, I moved out of my apartment. I'm renting a house instead of an apartment now, so I have a dedicated office for streaming. It's fantastic. I am working on the setup and trying to get it improved and all set up and 100% perfect by the time BDSP comes out. So there's going to just be a lot of like slow changes on it. I think this weekend will be the biggest one-off change, which should be me finishing the desk. The desk I've been kind of working on for over a year. I've been wanting to finish for over a year now. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so sneezy. I might have like opened a closet and like there was a bunch of dust in it or something. So apologies for any sniffles or sneezing that happens. Only E10 Plus games you remember playing are Lego games. Yeah, see, like, that's the kind of thing, right? Where, like, the E10 Plus rating isn't, like, bad. It's 10 plus. But I think it was, like, Midnight Club or something. And they said, like, get the hell out of here or something like that. And I was like, nope, I shouldn't be playing this. And I was like, 8. Just sitting in the car waiting for your aunt to get dinner. Get out dinner, but where we are is packed, but you already had your order, so I didn't even know. Huh. Hopefully the food shows up fast, man. Midnight Club was D10. One of them was, at least. I don't know. I don't remember which one it was. Yeah, I don't know. There might have been a T1. I didn't really follow Midnight Club all that much. I ended up just playing a lot of Need for Speed. Need for Speed Underground. Remember when you had to convince your mom to let you play COD? Yeah, like, the thing is, my parents never were really super strict on that. Like I said, I was more strict on myself than they were. Yeah, I don't know why I was like that, but I was like that. And, but then, you know, like I said, my dad bought Halo 2, and I played that. I was like, oh, this is fun. And that was I justified it to myself because it was Halo and they were all wearing spacesuits, so they were aliens. So it was like, yeah, whatever. Perfect logic. So yeah, I started playing Halo, and then I remember, for the most part, yeah, my parents were like, whatever. But then there was the one time, it was like 8th or 9th grade, so I was like 13. I got some like Christmas money, and like my mom and then like my aunt and uncle and my cousins, we all went to the mall, and you know my mom and my aunt and like the girl cousins went off and did a thing, and like me and my uncle, we went to the GameStop in the mall. I found like a used copy of Halo 3 ODST, and I hadn't played that one. I had played all the others, so I wanted to get that. And I was 13 and walked up to the register, so they asked my uncle. I was like, is it okay? And he just looked at me and went, is your mom okay with you playing that? And I said yes, and he was skeptical, but said okay, and the GameStop employee didn't care. But, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, it was a thing, it was a problem, and then suddenly I did not care at all. Saying hell in an E10 game, man, must have been really laid back. Started playing it when you were 9. Such a rule breaker. Mom didn't mind you playing COD. You had Black Ops 1 and 2. Halo was the first M-rated game you played? It's like, it's one that definitely deserves the rating. Clearly, it's an FPS game. A graphic FPS game, but at the same time, like most people, like they're in suits. It's not like it's really a big thing. Yeah, now we're to a point where I feel like I never see ESRP ratings anymore, just because the games I buy on my Switch are all E, so I've never really cared to look. Not that I care at all anyways. Like, most of the games I buy are like Pokemon and Mario, and those games would never dare be above an E rating. They removed the game corner and they removed all the gambling from Pokemon games just to like appease that rating system and everything like that. And then, on Steam, I never see a rating. I think the ratings are there somewhere on some of the games, but it's not like it's an official thing that the games are required to have it. It's fully a self-reporting thing. Yeah, like it's all self-reporting, so it's not like games have to, especially indie games on Steam and stuff. They don't have to report it because no one's gonna check them on it. The only reason that any company does is because so many like parents in the 90s got upset about stuff. They're like, oh, it's corrupting the youth and whatnot and blah blah blah. That game company's like, fine, we'll put a letter on our game if it stops you from like trying to regulate us into the ground and get rid of our businesses. that whole constant "oh no, video games bad" thing is just so annoying. But that's the whole reason for ESRB is like, you know, people pointing at video games as being such a bad influence and stuff, and it's like, why? How? Like, yeah, there's some violent games out there, but be a parent. Be a parent. Understand what... Oh. That was the run animation right there. You're back, you're still waiting, feel really bad because you ordered kind of late, and if you ordered earlier, then you would have it sooner, but she's still in there and you feel terrible. You're fine, man, you're fine. It's what happens sometimes with that kind of thing. You're right, Midnight Club LA was the T1 for strong lyrics. Crashing into cars. Pretty much, yes. Yes. Like, that is the kind of thing that can be mild violence. Oh, hello, Dragonair. That's gonna be scary if you're shiny. Granted, I say that like we haven't caught a Dragonite. Come on. I wish you could just tell it that I don't want to leave the water. Let me stay here. The water is my home. Yeah, I feel like so many games just have like that mild violence or cartoon violence or anything like that, and it's like the kind of thing that like it sounds worse than it is just from how like vague the description can be on it and like what they're saying it is, but it's like mild violence and it's like clearly like cartoony levels of like Tom and Jerry violence, and it's like, okay, got the food, noise. Going to SRB and see the others. I forget what site there's a site out there. It's not like an official site or anything. It's a site out there that might just be for movies, but I feel like there's one for games that goes through. It might just be for all ratings and why all ratings are a certain way. And they just go through and they like list out every single thing in the games that makes them the rating they are. Midnight Club 3 edition was the E10 one. Yeah, that's the one I rented then. Remember when games were rated A for adult? Technically, they still can be. The thing is, the thing now is games that are like that just don't rate themselves, and then they go on like a Steam store or sell off their own internet page. Because having your game rated that way, without being a very niche game, intentionally doing whatever like would cause it to have that rating, is like a death sentence to games as far as their success in a retail store, because retail stores don't want to carry a game with an AO rating. Therefore, no company will make a game that has an AO rating. Any store that would sell that isn't going to require a rating on their game because it's just implied that that's an okay thing for the game to be. Yeah, so very few games have an official AO rating. And like one of the few ones that people know of is GTA San Andreas, and it's not even intentional. They left code in from the whole hot coffee thing, and they left like the side quest like data was still in the game, but it wasn't accessible without modding. Like you needed a modded console to do it, but it was still there, and people got upset. And it's like, why? Why? Like the whole point of this is for the children, right? Like that's the whole thing. Like, again, don't let your kid, like, do something that clearly is going to require your help to do. Mild language, mild violence. Again, car crashes and get the hell out of there, right? Like, that's all it takes. Where'd everyone go? I don't know. You're here. One on the GBA that's E. Yeah, I mean, I feel... Oh, come on! I don't want to get out of the water at any point. Just let me stay on the surfboard. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a... It's not like a... Oh, come on, Dratini. It's not like there's really a lot to do on the GBA that would let it become anything else. ESRB page is like blank. Yeah. Again, like, the ESRB is not an official organization. Like, it's not a government agency or anything like that. It's literally just like a group of companies that went like, fine, we'll put ratings on our games. It's the same thing that like ratings for movies, as far as like age ratings, are 100% done by the movie studios on their own. Because it's just to protect themselves from, like, if they do it themselves, then they can point to it and go, we are doing the thing you want. Shut up and stop trying to have like an actual government agency come in and like regulate us this way, because it's stupid. But you still have people upset. But now they have, but the whole point of the rating system is so they have something to just like gesture to, is like, come on, stop. Phone's bugging then? What do you mean? What do you mean by your phone's bugging? Leisure Suit Larry, that was a big no-no. That's like one of the few series that pulled off like an AO rating. And again, it's because the series is just like, yeah, that's what we are. If you carry us, you carry us. If you don't, we'll end up in some shady store that will carry us. But like, they didn't care. That was just their whole idea of the game. Yeah, I made a nonsense one that's AO. Yeah, like, but again, that's the kind of game that just is like unashamed of the fact that that's what they are. Like, yeah, that's what we do. And should the South Park games be considered AO? No. No, they're not anywhere near what AO would be. Games steer very clear of that usually, unless they're like a fairly indie game that's totally willing to like be that game. South Park, as much as I imagine like Matt and Trey would totally be fine with it as a joke, any of the backing they have from actual studios would tell them no, flat out. Made a new one, it's on Switch. I didn't know there was one on Switch. I knew there was a new one, because I feel like I saw it like pop up on Steam at some point, but didn't know it was like on Switch. South Park games T and M. Are any of them T? I thought they just were just M, and like that's fine for a South Park game. Yeah, it takes a lot for a game that's not trying to be AO to be AO. Like there's a lot you can get away with as an M game. So for most games, there's no point in like ever potentially putting yourself in a situation of being AO. Glad you had the ESRB page open. I mean, that's one way to find it out. They're all M. Yeah, I was like, they all feel M. I don't know. There's only two of them, right? Like, there's only two of them. I wouldn't expect there to really. And I know the first one wasn't out or wasn't T, and I didn't think the second one would pull punches. Would pull more punches. I don't want to fly until we actually have a full combo of Dratini, but I also am really sick of sitting in this one spot that I can sit in and still having everything encounter us. But okay, Dratini spawn. There's more than two? There are? I mean, I only know about the, like, 2 that are in the series together. Stick of Truth and Fractured. What are the other ones? Are the other ones older? The other ones have to be older then. And, like, much, much older. One on the Game Boy, one on the N64, and then one on the Xbox 360. Well, even that's wrong. Even that's wrong then, because Stick of Truth and Fractured I wouldn't have expected to be on the 360 unless you're just saying that like those are the other 3. Yeah, because those are much older. If there's an N64 and a Game Boy one. One of the Dreamcast. I imagine these are some of those very crummy, just licensed games. This one's already running, wow. What, Vanillix? Can you hear Cat in the background? Yeah, she's loud. That was a problem when she wasn't allowed, like, into my bedroom at night in the apartment because, yeah, she would sit right outside the door and do that for like hours. So yeah, she doesn't like closed doors. But like I said, I don't want her in here at the moment, especially while I'm streaming because she knows that rubbing all the power cables underneath the desk gets my attention, which she wants, and it's dangerous for her to do that right now. Cat does the same thing, yeah. I might check in a minute or two because I heard something like knock over. I think she probably just like stood on something out in the hallway that hasn't been put up yet, but I want to check and make sure it didn't like hit her. But I don't think it did. There would have been a ladder crash and she would still be going, but I don't want to like open the door now and check, you know? I don't want to encourage it, but I feel like there is the slightest chance I should check in a minute and see. Yeah, non-stop until you open the door. That's where you just don't open the door. As much as it sucks, you just can't open it. You can't tell them that works. That's the biggest thing, is like most of their annoying behavior is to get attention. And it works because you want them to stop, and you yelling stop at them counts as attention. And they're like, hey, I got attention. Good, this works, and they'll just keep doing it. I need this thing to actually catch. Come on! Oh my gosh, this is why I'm not using my Pokeballs on this. Eventually find something to do, yeah. And the real problem at night is generally we go to sleep around the time they wake up. They're not nocturnal, but usually, you know, they're really hyper in the mornings and in the evenings, and like mornings and then like very late evening, and that is just like how cats be. Like that's just naturally what their like sleep cycle is like. and it just happens to line up with the 2 times when we least want to be bothered at night. Like right when we're trying to fall asleep and we're trying to like, we're like barely on the cusp and like we need like 10 more minutes, and we're like, no. But yeah, she'll be like this for a little bit, and then she'll quiet down for a while. I think right now she's just, that's why I feed her before stream, because she wants the attention, and if she wants attention for food, she won't stop. When it's just, hey, open this door, I want in, she can deal with it, and she will eventually. I mean, yeah, Adele's fine in my room now. It was just before she wasn't allowed in. If this thing could stop moving, that'd be fantastic. It's ridiculous. Okay, those are the ones I can't stand. It's like, I have no control over this. How do I know the timing of the random movements that are, like, the random moments that can block a Pokeball? Like, I feel like if the circle's still available when I throw the Pokeball, it should lock into that. Like, at least lock into the ability to hit it. You feel me there? It's like, once the Pokeball's out of my hand, I have no control over it. Chat is super quiet today. So, real talk on messages about chat being quiet. Y'all can fix that. Y'all can talk. I know you have been talking, Vanillix. So not like saying anything to you, but like, yeah, it's quiet. There aren't people here. But the way to fix that is to say, Dratini, stop moving! Oh my god! But yeah, generally the way to fix that is to talk in chat. No, I can be as loud as I want, Vanillix. It's my stream. I can turn the gain on my mic up and scream if I wanted. Yo, what's going on, John? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? When the Pokemon you don't want spawns in the middle of you. Hey, Jared, I'm assuming, or Garrett, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. I'm mispronounced it at least one way. Good luck on the shiny. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today. And Gabby, anyone got anime recommendations while you wait for episode 23 of My Hero to come out? I haven't watched any in so long. If you have a way to watch Nichijou, I recommend Nichijou. It's fantastic. Highly recommend. And thank you to everyone who's left a like on the stream so far. I appreciate it. Come on. I might know a couple websites. They might have Nichijou. I recommend it. Mob Psycho 100 is a great short anime. I haven't seen Mob Psycho. I've heard about it. I just never saw it. I feel like Nichijou personally is like one of my favorites just because it's very random. It's very random, but it's never like too random, you know? Like the whole idea is very small short comedy bits all tied together in like a slice of life setting. And it gets very out there, but it gets very out there like in the appropriate ways, I feel, for like comedy like that. Agree with Mob Psycho. Serious question, who's your favorite character in My Hero? That's a good question because every time I start like thinking I'm gonna throw it, it decides to jump. That's a good question. I honestly don't know who I would say. It's been a while since I've seen My Hero. I guess like season 5's the one that's airing now. I saw the end of season 4, I guess, and that's as far as I've gotten. I need to watch more of it. Also, I really need to figure out something with this headphone cable. I hate this cable, and honestly, the only cable I've liked for these headphones was the cable that came with them. But it wore out. I mean, I used the cable for like 3.5 years straight, and abused the hell out of it during that time. And I can't find that cable. I can find super short cables. I can find super long coiled cables, which are ridiculously heavy and awful to wear in a setting like I'm in. And I can find this specific cable, which is the right length, but it's like super stiff. And it's got this plastic like paracording on it, which is ridiculously heavy for what the cable is, and again makes it super stiff, and it's just super uncomfortable to like have on these headphones. And I think a lot of it's probably like the angle I'm at and a lot of other stuff related to that, but still, it's just no bueno. I don't like too much filler for you in My Hero, so you just skip to the good parts. Shigaraki is your favorite. What kind of filler really has, like, what are you considering the filler, I guess, is really the thing, right? Like, because I feel like at some point, especially with a show like My Hero, where, like, I feel like a lot of times they've admittedly had, yeah, like, filler arcs, I would say. But even then, like, the arc itself isn't just, like, garbage filler. Like, it has its own little story that's entertaining to watch. So, like, at what point does like, content that's not moving, like, the direct narrative between, like, episode 1 and whatever the final episode ends up being, like, either, like, episode 1 and the last episode of the season, like, where's the line that it starts being filler in a show like My Hero? Because I feel like My Hero, it's like, you can just say like, oh, this arc was filler, and it's like, alright, but then like, you can just say any arc's filler. You know? Like, if they get rid of the villain at the end, any arc could be filler. The amount of filler in Bleach, I mean, the longer a show is, the more filler it's gonna be. Eri, Bakugo, and Todoroki. But Eri's number 1. Good choice. Maybe not filler, but the less serious slice of life parts. Not bad, just not everything. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, because I feel like I haven't watched like One Piece or Naruto or Bleach, like any of the really big shows that are just gonna have tons of filler because like they have more season finales than shows have episodes usually. You know, like generally the episodes I consider filler are the ones that are just blatantly like I feel like for me at least filler is a thing where truly at the end of the arc or end of the episode you could be in the exact place you were before. But I feel like the problem is with like a show like My Hero, there's a lot of random episodes that feel like that and then they combine. I also like slice of life, so for me, like a slice of life non-actiony episode's not bad in a show, even if it's like a shonen action show like My Hero is. Yeah, for me, like that's not a problem. I don't dislike those kinds of episodes. Yo, we getting raided! Shining Umbreon raid. What's going on, Raiders? Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing today? Hope y'all are doing well. I see Gage. I see Franker. Shiny Lugia. Shining Umbreon. Brooke. Kirk. Welcome to the stream, guys. How are you guys doing today? Welcome. Shining Umbreon. Thank you for the raid, my friend. How you doing today? How was your stream? Raided, indeed, Nebby. Indeed, we've been raided. And Nick, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome, Raiders. Hope y'all are having a good day. My name is Mindless Enigma. I am a shiny hunter, doing all kinds of hunts, everything from like Gen 3 Jirachi special hunts all the way up through to, you know, Let's Go hunts and Dynamax Adventure and all that stuff. How many encounters? Let's see what our chain is. So we have done 16. We're still building up our catch combo. After that, I stopped keeping track of specific like sightings just because it's really hard to do in Let's Go sometimes. Up to 650 Staryu encounters, no shinies. Hopefully you get the shinies soon, man. These Dratinis have been incredibly jumpy. There we go. It's Frank CR. Gotcha. I think it's funny people pronounce it Franker. It's just the guess that you get. Yeah, I guess it's just what people are gonna guess. But yeah, I appreciate you correcting me on that. I definitely want to pronounce everyone's names right. What's my favorite shiny? Milotic. Milotic's one of my favorite Pokemon in general, and then that blue and gold shiny coloring is just fantastic. Every time I think Dratini's done bouncing, it proves me wrong. Or if I think it's going to bounce more, it stops. Why am I not using Pokeballs? How's it going, Splash? Welcome, man. Because I don't have that many, and I want to save them for the shiny. So yeah, for anyone who is new and came in with the raid, as context, I try to catch every Pokemon I hunt in a Pokeball. I'm currently using Premier Balls just because I have a bunch, and I don't have enough Pokeballs to comfortably do the catch combo and feel safe when it comes to trying to catch the actual shiny. Just because I haven't caught a lot of Dratinis yet, especially in terms of Pokeballs. So I'm just using Premier Balls because I have them. So I'll have, hopefully I'll have a good stash. Hopefully I'll have a good stash left over when we find a shiny Dratini. And Plushgo, what's going on? Raid. How you doing, man? A Let's Go shiny hunt? Yeah, man, yeah. It's been a little bit since I've done a Let's Go hunt. And I figured I'd come back and do something cool in terms of doing a bit rarer of a Pokemon here. Gotta go. Alright, see you later, Shining Umbreon. Thank you again for the raid, man. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your night, man. Shiny hunting Nickit at the moment. Phased on Scraggy earlier. Congrats on the Scraggy. Best of luck on the Nickit. Yeah, how many encounters of the Dratini? So far, 16. So far, 16 or 17 now, I think, because we did encounter that one Dratini. So not many. Not many. With Let's Go hunts, I don't have a counter on screen because it'd be very inaccurate very quickly. So yeah, this is encounter 18 right here. And I'm terrible at throwing. Yeah, have a great weekend. Thank you, man. You too. So for a catch combo, you can run into a different species and run from it as long as you keep catching the one you're hunting. Correct. So the ways that a catch combo can break are catching a Pokemon that is not the species you've been comboing. So we have to run from that one. Yeah, catching something that is not of the species you've been hunting, having any Pokemon, regardless of species, run from you, and turning off the software. Which specifically means, like, closing the game software out, either by turning the system off or, you know, shutting the software down, swapping profiles, changing cartridges, doing whatever. Those are the only ways to break the combo. If you run into something random, like in this case Tentacruels or Magikarps, or Dragonairs that can show up very, very rarely, those don't ruin any kind of chains. Just running into them, as long as you run away from them afterwards. That'd be a little bit too punishing, and that'd be ridiculously hard to handle for a Dratini combo in here when the water's so narrow. But man, I think we hit that point, guys. I think we hit that little inflection point where Dratinis are going to start showing up fairly often. I hate when it does that, though. When the Pokeball's already thrown, it's in the air, I can do nothing about it, and it just decides, nah, you can't catch me. It's like, how dare you? How dare you? The Soul of Hope, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We don't have that many Premier Balls left, so we're going to have to start using our Pokeballs soon. And Drag Dance, what's going on? Late Shining Umbreon Raid, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good night. Or good day wherever you are. 20th season of the American animated television series Family Guy will debut on Fox September 26, 2021. They should pay me for this sponsorship right here. Cat doesn't want to wake up, but you must feed her. I think feeding her will wake her up, right? I'd be surprised if there was a cat out there that, like, couldn't be woken up with food. My cat can be asleep all the way across the house. I won't even have the food in the bowl. I'll have just opened up the cabinet that has the food in it and, like, touched the bag, and she's just there waiting. She's like, hey, I see you're giving me food. But then she'll make the mistake. She'll make the rookie mistake of yelling at me at that point, of meowing really loud. And I'll be like, nope, no food anymore. Gotta keep her from deciding that screaming at me will get her food faster. Just sub. Well, thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Means a lot. She's up, just not happy. She's awake. She's like, I accept the food, but not not graciously. I am nervous. We're successfully building up this combo, and we're not ready. We're still having to run here and there. We're not catching things first try. all that stuff that, you know, I would like to be doing. What does subscribe do? I think it just pulls up, like, a subscribe link. Not that really matters. There's a subscribe button. I need to work on my Nightbot commands. I didn't have a whole lot, and I was like, I have this one. I think it was one that I just had mixed in as a command for Nightbot to play for a while, but I think that one got pulled from the auto rotation. Just me being as creepy as possible. Fair. Zalgo text is always creepy. It is fun though. It is fun. Got an A on your test. That's awesome, Splash. Congratulations on that A. Worked hard for it, I bet. Hopefully we can see some more Dratinis soon. We have one Premier Ball left. You're back. Welcome back, man. Welcome, welcome. Have you had your food? I know you got the food. Were you able to eat the food yet? You weren't getting paid to say that? Well, I should get paid to say it. It was good. Nice. What kind of food was it, by the way? It seems like it was a bit of an ordeal to get, so what kind of food was it? My dinner consisted of a very, very fancy turkey and cheese sandwich on some white bread. Really spiced it up with a small bit of mustard. And some potato chips. Super classy dinner. Definitely not just a, I still haven't really gone to the grocery store to fill up the fridge kind of dinner. Had some spaghetti, spaghetti from with a hot sausage and meatball. Ooh, that actually sounds pretty good. I've never thought about spaghetti with like, was the sausage on the spaghetti? I've never had that. Gonna go creep some people out with this algo text. All right, see you later, Soul of Hope. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate having you here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Enjoy creeping out some other streamers. Mom's scared. She's now hiding under the bed. The cat. Oh no! My cat was hiding under the bed earlier. I had to assemble one like table that I had, and I had an electric screwdriver out, or a drill. And she was not a fan of that sound. Sausage link on top. Italian sausage. Interesting. Yeah, I've never thought about that. I've never really gotten creative with my spaghetti before. Should try it if you like minimal spice. Gotcha. I might have to next time I like go to a place that has pasta. Assuming that's an option. Ah. You're baking this weekend? Nice. What are you gonna bake? Whatever it is, I hope you bake me some as well. I want some. Family Guy Season 20 watch party at your house. Why, though? Pumpkin pasties from Harry Potter and pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. Ooh, getting in that Halloween spirit. Very nice, very nice. It feels so weird that we're already almost in October. Like, this year, in some ways, just feels like it's flown by so fast. Like, do you guys feel that? Like, it doesn't feel like it should be fall? You've watched every episode of Family Guy at least twice? Dang. I've watched the first few seasons a few times through. I don't know why we had it, but we had the DVDs for the first few seasons, like the first 4 or 5 seasons. After that, I would watch. There was a period, I guess, from like 2010 to like 2013, 2014, where I would watch like the new episodes every week. But yeah, I haven't really watched it at all since then. About to get spoopy up in here, yee! We're gonna have that special Halloween stream with Adele in her costume. I've got my costume on the way. Flu shot time, October, yeah. It is getting to be flu season too. Birthday's on the 5th of November, so a lot of good games coming out then? Yeah, man. Birthday just in time for a whole bunch of new games. Hopefully by then, I've actually been able, by like your birthday, hopefully I'm able to figure out and know for sure what the plan's gonna be as far as Pokemon Midnight releases. This, I think I mentioned yesterday. I went into GameStop and talked to the employee, like, "Hey, are you guys doing Midnight releases?" And his response was basically, "That's too far out for us to know right now," which is like understandable, but a little bit like unfortunate. I was hoping I'd be able to like pre-order it right then and there and just like lock it in, know that I'm going to be able to get the games from that place like at midnight. But yeah, totally understand their situation on that front. Yeah, I feel like they got very stressed out and squeezed when it came to all their Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing pre-orders that were out. Like, that timing for them with like their biggest 2020 launches just getting messed up. That's the frustrating thing right there, when it's like, I have to throw fast if I want to. Again, I feel like once the Pokeball is out of my hand, it should be locked in if that Pokemon is catchable. Like, the airtime of the Pokeball should not be a time where it can change to an animation it had not indicated it was about to do. 56 days till BDSP release. Hype! So hype for that. When you get your flu shot, you'll be able to get Pokemon BDSP. Really hope they have shinies in the overworld there. It'll be interesting, because I don't know if we're going to have overworld Pokemon at all. In terms of the actual, like, normal spawns. It seems like the like hideaways will have overworld spawns from the looks of it, but I don't remember seeing anything overworld when it came to like the normal pre-existing routes that they're remaking. I think I don't know if this is like an unpopular opinion or like an opinion mostly of like certain people or whatnot, but in my opinion, I don't want overworld spawns. I feel like this might just be it might just be a SOS was the peak of shiny hunting for now. But they haven't followed up SOS hunting in any kind of really good way, in my opinion, personally, in terms of shiny hunting, and at least in part, I think that's because they've been doing overworld spawns. I don't think overworld spawns lead to entertaining shiny hunting methods. I think they've just been kind of boring. Even catch combo, I'm sitting here doing it. I do enjoy it. I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy SOS. And personally, I feel like doing something in battles or a bit more involved of a chain that you can pull off of like Poké Radar or DexNav, I would prefer to see in BDSP as opposed to overworld spawns when it comes to the main game. Especially with it being a faithful remake, as they've said, I feel like that's going to kind of imply that they don't do overworld spawns. Nebula Sigaleo, your birthday is a few days after BDSP release, so that's what you're getting for your birthday. That's awesome. Perfect timing for that. Overworld Pokemon, have you seen the new trailer? The one from, like, last month? They had them in hideaways. I don't remember them having them, like, in the main world. I know they had following Pokemon, and they had them in hideaways. I don't remember seeing them in the main overworld. Hoping you're streaming on your birthday, because that'll be hype. Your favorite streamer streaming on your birthday. I'm actually being the nicest guy. Aw. Maybe. I think your birthday ends up being like a Friday, if it's exactly 2 weeks before the BDSP release. So I should be streaming. I don't see why I wouldn't be unless something comes up. If it's not a Wednesday, I should be streaming. It's a Friday, yeah. Cresselia raid saved? I don't. I do not. I only have Tapu's saved at the moment. Yeah, I'll have to look at the trailer again. I know when the trailer initially dropped for BDSP, I was like half paying attention to it, half like texting people about it, which is kind of funny that like I was trying to like react to it with people, and that just made me miss some things. But I'm pretty sure, from what I remember seeing, Hideaway had overworld spawns, and yeah, so Hideaway had overworld spawns, and you just had like your Pokemon following you. So I wouldn't be surprised if in that situation the shinies were in the overworld, but I don't know if I don't recall seeing overworld spawns in like the main routes. I may be wrong. I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. You stream on Tuesdays? Yes, I do. So I've been changing my schedule up this past week, and I think the schedule's going to kind of stick with what it's been now of streaming at least Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I want to kind of aim for doing Saturday and Sunday streams regularly, but I can't confirm those will happen every single time, you know. Saturdays, Sundays, just the weekends in general are going to be the time where I'm more likely to have something come up that I can't stream for. But yeah, I'm trying to stream I want to stream every day but Wednesday from 7 to 10. That's kind of been my goal. I remember when you ran from a shiny Haunter, didn't know what shinies were, you ran from it, you were so mad when you realized what you had done, and then you randomly got a shiny Pelipper. That kind of makes up for it. Kind of. What game? True, important question. What game would the shinies in? The Dratini spawning directly underneath us. Just wanted to be caught. Oh, man, we're less than 10 away from a full combo here. Pokemon Sun. Oh no! F if it was X and Y, right? And really F just in general that you lost a shiny Haunter, but still. It's reclaimable. You can get it back. Could have had a Mega Gengar. Oof. True. True, that shiny Mega Gengar. The best form of shiny Gengar. Mega Gengar is drip. Right. The sun is infinite. You're back. Got put in a timeout. That's unfortunate. Have plenty on Pogo. Plenty of Haunters. That's impressive. I have no shiny Ghastlies or Haunters or anything. Horsey game stream. I mean, in general, I can understand a streamer timing out Zalgo text. I think it's reasonable if it. I think it's reasonable. It can definitely be distracting to chat sometimes, depending on what it is. Or how much of it there is. Aw, man, we're getting so many Dratini spawns now. We are down to the light red circle. The silver lining. Raised by a kid with a level 1000 Pikachu. That's one strong Pikachu right there. Why would you run away? Why would you do runaway animation immediately? Oh, man, that's what I'm nervous about. I'm nervous about the shiny doing that. That's why I'm always really nervous if I can't catch the Pokemon. If I'm not going to be able to catch the Pokemon in a single throw. It's like, what do I do in that situation, right? Where it's like, I don't want to run. I want to try to catch it. I don't want to fail, but like, it could happen. I wasn't using Zalgo because, oh, I guess like they probably count like the number of Unicode characters, and Zalgo is just like a bunch of Unicode characters slammed together. Lost to a level 5 Snivy? Ah, I see. I see who you're referring to. Have 3 shiny Gengars, 2 shiny Haunters, and 8 shiny Ghastly. You were lucky on a community day. Oh, nice. I didn't know there was a Ghastly community day. It goes to show how much I just haven't been in the loop with Go over the past few years. Need a Dragonite so badly? In what game? I got so lucky with my shiny Dragonite. Hunting a Chansey and Let's Go. Gonna hunt anything but it. I'm confused. Are you hunting the Chansey, or are you just like hunting anything but Chansey? Oh, let's go Pikachu. Hopefully you find one. Yeah, I got incredibly lucky with my shiny Dragonite. It spawned in, I totally wasn't prepared for it, and I caught it in one Pokeball. Like, I threw one Pokeball, completely missed the circle, and still caught it. You don't know where it is? I mean, Dratinis are right here, so you can get Dratinis and Dragonairs here, and then level it up from there, but that can take a while. If you want to find a Dragonite, you just have to, like, be in the sky. If you just fly, you can find a Dragonite. I mean, spawns. I mean, Dragonites spawn on pretty much any route where you can fly. You have to be flying for it to spawn, I believe, but any route where you can do that. Hunting anything but Chansey because... Oh wait, why would I run? Why would I run? I was not paying attention. And I'm just gonna horribly goof up this hunt. Yeah. Yeah, no, Chanseys show up everywhere. Like, on paper, Chanseys seem like they'd be super rare, but then they're just like... Any route that didn't have a specific rare spawn in mind, you know, something like this Dragonair for the water on Route 10 and stuff like that, it's just Chanseys are everywhere. And because of the special spawn, once you get that combo going, they're pretty much guaranteed to have one out there. A full catch combo and a lure on a route that has a Chansey special spawn, you always have a Chansey spawn. They honestly spawn more than anything under like 10% encounter rate, so they're just everywhere. Yeah, so, like, if I were to fly right now, as long as, I think you need, I don't think you need a catch combo, but a catch combo makes them spawn more readily if you get, like, a catch combo of 10 on anything, and then just, like, hop onto something that you can fly on, and you just sit in the sky, Dragonites will start spawning. Dragonites and Charizards. Got a 1% Dragonair before Dratini. Dang. I mean, Dratinis are pretty rare, too, before you start getting a catch combo on them. It took us forever to get the first, like, 10 Dratini. And even then, it wasn't until, like, Dratini 15 or 16 that we actually started getting them regularly. And now, like, they're showing up pretty decently. So, Matt, you have to re-download your games on the extended storage because you had to format it because it wasn't repairing itself. Oh, no. That stinks. Also, thank you to everyone who left a like on the stream. Really, really appreciate it. We got up to 15 likes, which is our usual like goal for any given stream. So I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for that. If we keep hitting it, we might have to bump the like goal to 20. A whole night of downloading games. At least, like, you can queue up multiple games, right? So you could, like, at least to an extent, you could just, like, set it up to download a lot of them while you're asleep or something, right? See, this is part of why I like having my games physically. Is, like, I can just pop the cartridge in, and at least to an extent, it's good to go. Granted, some games still want to install a lot of, like, extra side data. Not so much with the Switch. But definitely with, like, anything else. But generally, yeah, like, I can just pop my games in offline entirely, not have to worry about anything like that. Had to re-download all of your Steam games because your external SSD messed up for some reason. RIP. Yeah, I've been juggling what Steam games I've installed for a little bit because some of my games are just so big that despite having a 2 terabyte SSD just for Steam games, or largely just for Steam games, I still have a lot. I'm still running out of space. And it's like I had to uninstall Doom Eternal because I haven't played it in forever, and then, you know, uninstall, like, Black Ops 3 because I played through that and I finished that and I'm never touching it again. Stuff like that. Look at that Dragonair. So big. So long. I'm not sure. Should I fly? Should Should I fly once we encounter and build up our combo all the way? I feel like I should do that. I feel like that would be the best way to avoid other stuff spawning in on me and like just continuously encountering stuff. But at the same time, I feel like I might miss some Dratinis. I also feel like it might be in my best interest to continue catching some Dratinis. You know, given our very low catch rate here. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Why you be like this? Yeah, as far as like digital games, the only game I have digitally installed on my Switch that I could have bought physically was Game Builder Garage. Just because I feel it. That game feels to me like a downloadable game. I don't know. It's just like it's really just advanced Mario Maker, right? Like you can do more than you could in Mario Maker is basically all that it is. But I don't know. It felt more like a utility that I have installed than anything else. Like, it's one of the few that, I don't know why, it just doesn't feel like... I don't feel the desire to have that one in my collection on a shelf in the same way I do with the others. Yo, Mitchie, what's going on? Should you pre-order Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania? I don't know, man. I haven't ever played Super Monkey Ball. I have no opinion here. Or I guess I feel like I just don't have the right to an opinion here. Hey, what's going on, Gia? Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're doing well today. We're just hunting for some Dratini, hoping to find a pink one. We've almost built up our catch combo fully. I think we have like two more to fully build up our combo here. Once we do that, we'll pop a max lure and I believe fly, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the flying. I'm a little bit nervous about that. I'm not gonna lie. Shiny Beedrill, yo! Congrats, Nebby. That's awesome. Yeah, let's run into the shiny Moltres during flight. Dear God. The most stressful thing that could happen. Because, like, it's a thing. That can happen. Like, they can show up shiny in the wild. But yeah, no, that would be so stressful. You guys would get to yell at me because I would fail it. Because despite having a Master Ball, I would still try to catch it in the Pokeballs that I have. I don't know why. I am just self-destructive, I guess, but... Well, yeah, that's what I would try to do. Can you tell I wasn't quite paying attention to the stream when I ran into something that was slightly blue and I decided to, like, almost throw a Pokeball at a tentacle? Don't keep going that way. Bounce back. No! Why you gotta stay that far over there? You're back, you were setting up your PS4 so you can re-download everything. Alright, alright. Oh gosh, PS4 stuff, that's gonna take forever. I feel like those games are just so much bigger. Oh man, we are getting close to 20 likes in the stream, guys. It'd be awesome if we could hit that today. Like I said, I think we might start bumping our like goal to 20 just because we've been hitting 15 pretty consistently. And I really appreciate that. Alright, so we're going to fly on Dragonite now. I don't know how well this is going to work. Oh, this is going to be really tight. Look at all these Dratini. Alright, time to pop a max lure. It's going to be really tight. Like, those shinies can bump up right against the bottom of the screen there. Not with your internet. Goes pretty fast. Nice, nice. Yeah, I guess like some of the PS4 stuff is like the internal hard drive being slow, but if you have like an external one that's faster. Alright, let's hope we can find some shinies fast, guys. Yeah, so I'm happy we were able to build up that catch combo. It took a little while just because I was very nervous about using any lures. Just given our budget at the moment, I need to do some grinding for some cash, either through the Elite Four or just through like finding random items to sell in Cerulean Cave. But you know, it only took us like an hour and a half. Hour and a half to build up our catch combo, which for a rare Pokemon's not too terrible. Especially given our given the difficulty of catching it, and just also the rareness of the spawns. 20 likes, heck yeah, 20 likes on the stream, guys. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. 20 like hype. That means so much. That and subscribing are always free ways to support the stream, so I really, really do appreciate it when you guys do that. It helps out a lot, as well as it just lets me know that you guys like the stuff. Yeah, and as I've said, since I am shilling for myself at the moment, shameless plug, joining as a member or donating through the link in the description or through Super Chat help out a lot financially, as far as letting me be able to buy new stream stuff, as far as new set pieces, new equipment, new games, all that good stuff. So that's always really appreciated. Never expected, but really, really appreciated. But in general, yeah, just hitting the like button, subscribing, and hanging out in chat is the free way to support the stream, and honestly, that can help out the most sometimes as far as just like having people here chatting and having a good time. 21 you like? Thank you, Mitchie. I appreciate it. First downloads Borderlands, the Handsome Collection. Nice. I need to play some more Borderlands. The only one I've actually like played all the way through was the pre-sequel. And even that, I have a lot more like content to play. I own Borderlands 1, 2, and pre-sequel. I don't own 3. I think that one I'll have to play the other ones, and then 3 will just come up on sale after that. My friends are super into Borderlands, so like occasionally when they get really into it, I'll also start playing. But yeah, I haven't played through 1 and 2 yet, so I need to do that. I need to really do that. I've started 2 several times. I've just never finished it. Like, it's one of those games, I think I own it on I think I've played a good chunk of it on PC and on my Xbox. I just never beat it. But pre-sequel I beat. I beat it once. I need to beat it, you know, the like few more times to beat its like really like 100% stuff. Alright, yeah, we are getting a good number of Dratini spawning at this point, which is really nice. I was concerned that we were just gonna not see a whole lot of Dratinis at this point, but at the same time, like, it is also very nice, in my opinion, that we have no sky spawns at the moment. Not having any kind of sky spawns is very nice here, just because it means we're not gonna have like random Pidgeys fly into us and stuff. We can solely be focusing on the Dratinis and other water spawns here at the moment. Anyone want to trade you a Dragonite for anything but legendary? For anything but legendaries besides Melton? There might be someone in chat or on the Discord who can help you with that. Watching the new episode of Family Guy. I mean, it looks a lot like Pokemon, but yeah, we're watching it right now. Hey, what's going on, Kevin? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Do you see your puppies? Did you post them in on Discord? I'll have to look. I'm doing well. Hopefully, are you doing well, man? Hope you're doing well. You're all right. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's the Discord link. Feel free to join. Would love to have you there. I will have to look at the puppies. Actually, let's just look at them right now. Just post them in general. Oh yes, they are adorable. They are very cute. I don't know why the third one looks like the one, like the straight man in any kind of like comedy group that they do. Having the super like square face, I don't know, like their facial expression just very much looks like they're done with all the other shenanigans. But also looks like they caused several of them. Had 8 bottles of water at school, had to pee all day. It's better than being dehydrated. I remember one time in like 5th grade, so I was like 10. I had like a massive water bottle with me. Like, I wouldn't say this big, because honestly, like it, relative to me now, it was probably this big. But I was 10, so imagine something much smaller. It was like a thing where it was like super impressive to see how fast you could drink a ton of water. And I had a bottle that like, relative to my body, like now, was probably about this big as like a 10-year-old. So like, still a lot of water to just down immediately. And I think I drank the entire thing in like a minute. And like, it was so impressive. For like the next 3 hours, I had to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes. To the point the teacher was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just had a lot of water this morning. Like, more than I should have." Clearly. I'm back. Welcome back. I guess at this point, guys, it's time for the poll of the day. There we go. Boom! Boom. Poll for the day, guys. Put your votes in. Will we find the shiny today? Let's see if chat believes in me or not. Got loads of games downloading and still more to delete and re-download. Yeah, so they're just like partially on there but corrupted. That's so many Dratinis, right? I'm impressed at the number of Dratinis that spawn now. Like, it makes sense. We've catch comboed Dratini, which increases its odds of spawning. We've lured, which increases just the general number of Pokemon that spawn. Like, everything's in the favor of Dratini spawning a whole bunch, but I'm very, very surprised that Dratini is spawning this much in comparison to Magikarp and Tentacool. Especially compared to what it was initially. So, alright. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can find ourselves a shiny. It'd be a great way to start the weekend, finding ourselves a shiny Dratini. I don't know if we'll go for a second. Maybe if we find it and we still have time left in the stream, we'll go for a second one. It'd be awesome to get both of them so I can evolve one into Dragonair. But I'm not gonna get greedy. If I can find one and successfully catch it today, I'll be a happy streamer. That's all I need. That's all I need right now. Oh man. You guys are positive today. You guys are very positive today. Granted, I guess 2 of you have voted. Maybe the rest of you guys are pessimists, but don't wanna be mean. So far, that poll's 100% we're gonna find the shinies. It'd be great if we could tie the poll into some kind of reward thing, where, like, depending on what you voted, it would show one way or the other. Like, you would get something from it, the kind of way that, like, Puffin does the Bunsen Buck stuff. It'd be cool if you could tie the polls into that, because I know Twitch does that, like with channel points. You can bet channel points on polls and everything. YouTube just needs to add in a lot of these Twitch features at this point. I don't know how much they can do, I guess, is really the thing. Like, how much of this is Twitch, like, patented, or how much of it just, like, if they add it in, makes the chat too much like Twitch, where, like, Twitch can start saying they're copying. Like, how far can YouTube go with that? Because I feel like if they did a lot of that stuff, like, you know, obviously they're trying to compete with Twitch. Like, I feel like that would really help them get there, you know? So I think at the moment, like, as far as integrated stuff, Twitch just really has Twitch just has a stranglehold on, like, chat interactivity kind of features. That's why we gotta make our own. That's why one of the things I want to do with the stream setup is get it so that, like, interacting with chat, like, gets the background updating and everything, like lights and stuff going on from hitting light goals or sub goals and all that stuff. Just get the lights going crazy. Like, that'd be a lot of fun. Once I kind of get that set up in, and once I figure out what the lights are gonna be and how they're gonna be set up, we'll get all that. We'll get all that going. So, you know, I'm very excited for that kind of stuff. Hopefully this second part of the desk goes together okay. It shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. It really shouldn't take too much as far as, like, staining and finishing and everything. Like, it really should be pretty straightforward in my mind, at least. But maybe I'm way overconfident on this and it's going to be a train wreck or something, or who knows. But hopefully over the course of a weekend I can figure it out, because last time, like, the piece of the desk I have now was a little bit difficult to get together, but that was largely because I was in my apartment and I can't just, like, do woodworking in the middle of my apartment. You're gonna head out? Alright, see you later, Gia. Thank you for tuning into the stream, man. It was really good seeing you. Hope you have a good day. Hope to see you again soon. But yeah, there were issues with getting this piece of the desk together, and it took like a week and a half to do. Just because, you know, a lot of times with, like, wood kind of stuff and finishing wood and everything like that, there's a lot of the process is spend 5 minutes doing a thing and then wait like 2 hours for it to cure, and then go back and do the next layer, and then wait another 2 hours. And, like, it's this massive process that ultimately only takes like 12 hours or something like that. Like, so you can do it in a day if you wake up early and you can have it all done by, like, dinner time, right? But the problem was it was like mostly weekdays. I had work, so I was in my apartment all day for that, and then I had to drive an hour to go up to where I had the desk at, like, my mom's, work on it for like 2 hours, so I could really only get like 2 coats of anything on, and then go back, you know, like, because basically it would be like, go up there, spray, let a coat dry for an hour, go up there and like spray again, let it dry for an hour, and then move it back inside so it doesn't like get rained on or anything like that. And yeah, so like, that just made the process really long, but like if I can just put it in my driveway, like if I can just like stain it in the yard so it doesn't get any like stain on the driveway, and I can just like spray the finishing coats on it on like the driveway, so it's just like clear finisher, like we're solid, we're golden. Because I can just basically like have it sitting out there on the driveway and go out there every 2 hours and spray it and come back in and work on stream stuff here, or go you know, go watch TV or do something like that, and then just come back to like finish it off, and I can do it in like a day or two. So hopefully I can get the wood like as soon as the hardware store opens tomorrow, and from there it's just a matter of like put on a coat, wait, put on a coat, wait, and then like by like midday Sunday it can be done, and I just have to move it inside and get it all set up. There's like 15 to 16 games in your queue right now. Dang. 15 games in your queue. Yeah, I saw. Want to trade for a shiny Beedrill? Maybe someone in like chat or Discord. Kai's just sitting in the doorway of your room for some reason. She's protecting you. She's either protecting you or intimidating you. One of the two. I think it just depends on the cat and their mood. I have a feeling I'm going to open my door and just have a cat staring at me like, I've been asking you to come out here for like 3 hours. What the heck? When am I going to end stream? We probably get about another hour on stream. I've been trying to go for about 3 hours of stream. So probably about another hour. I started at 7, and that's about 9 now. Only 63 minutes for Borderlands Enhancement Collection, which is 34 gigs. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. Does that count as a single game, or is that 3 games? I guess it's the important part, right? That's an important distinction here. So the game should take 3 to 4 hours to download. That's not bad. That's not bad for 15 games. I don't know how fast I could get stuff downloading, because I've never like downloaded all that stuff. It's 2 games in one. Okay. Oh yes, it's Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel, right? I forget that like Handsome Jack's not in the first one. I forget that he's like fully a Borderlands 2 character, and then it continues to be in pre-sequel. Unless I'm wrong and it's not even those games. Some other games entirely. Literal Handsome Jack's gonna be the death of you? What? Why? Honestly, Handsome Jack's a great villain. Like, he's just evil. Like, I feel like he's a really good villain, especially, like, without pre-sequel added in. He's just a really good villain from just being, like... Just from the fact that, like, there's no attempt to, like, explain why he's like that. He's just like that. Gonna drive you nuts. He's like a completely diamond horse, dude. How could you not like the dude? I feel like I'm missing some number of the Dratini down in that little bottom corner, but I can't get any closer to the wall. Like, I'm at the wall at the moment. If only I could fly slightly lower. Poll. We keep every new vote has been a yes. Chat is still very confident in the shiny today. It'd be great to get it today. Dratini is a really good shiny. I really like Dratini and Dragonair shinies, and it continues. The shinies just add to the fact that it's like, why is Dragonite part of this line? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It would make so much more sense for there to be a, like, just a longer and bigger Dragonhair as Dragonite. And, like, the shiny colors don't match. I mean, nothing really matches with Dragonite and Dragonair. Yet that is the evolution. Oh, man. I'm nervous that we're going to find a shiny Dragonair today. Also, I wonder how different the poll would be. I wonder how different the results on the poll would be if I asked if we would catch the shiny. I think that's really the key difference here, right? Like, the shiny's got to show up at some point, but it doesn't have to let us catch it. And just be like, nah, I'm good, you don't need to catch me. I am also a little bit nervous that we're going to find, like, a shiny Magikarp or a shiny Tentacool, because you guys know me, and if you don't know me, I am, like, I cannot help myself from attempting to catch any shiny I see, which is why I've attempted to catch several shiny Chanseys and had to rebuild combos because of it. But yeah, I tend to try to catch every shiny I see. I've never, like, intentionally just ignored a shiny or failed a shiny intentionally or anything like that. So, like, if a shiny Magikarp pops up, despite me already having two, I would still try to catch it and ruin my chain. So I'm really hoping that none of the other spawns here show up as shinies and we get a shiny Dratini. Dragonair is going to be too stressful and too likely to fail, honestly. And I have all the other ones. I don't need any of the other ones. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But yeah, fortunately, it seems like we're getting way more Dragonites or Dratinis than we are anything else, which is really great as far as, like, odds of Dratini being the shiny, because The shiny odds are universally increased, so really it just comes down to hopefully Dratini spawns more than 50% of the time, so it's more than 50% likely. 17 minutes into Borderlands is completely done. Dang, Borderlands is going fast then. Because you didn't send the 63-minute message, like, you didn't send the, like, hour message more than, like, 40 minutes ago. You sent it, like, 10 minutes ago. So nice. Glad that it's, like, glad that it's overestimating the time instead of underestimating it. That's one of the 14 left in queue. But I mean, at the same time, like, if one in the queues goes like 4 times as fast as it expects, then I would assume the other 14 are going to do the same. I don't think, like... There can definitely be some differences in how the games are, like, written and compiled and everything that leads to certain games, like, downloading faster than others, but that's pretty rare. It's pretty rare to be so different that, like, your average download time doesn't stay fairly the same. Like, everything's probably going to follow this trend. I'm assuming what it is so you're installing all these to an external drive, right? I'm assuming you have, like, an external SSD for it, maybe? I would at least think it's an external SSD and not an external hard drive, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm assuming what a lot of it is that your external drive is faster in terms of, like, its, like, write speed than the internal drive. And it's probably doing a lot of its estimation off the fact that, generally speaking, with PlayStation, with PS4s and Xbox Ones, the hard drive speed is part of what limits how fast you can download stuff. So if you have a faster external drive, it'll just download faster, because at that point you're just limited by internet. Hills a lot. Is normal time here? You're on. Okay. Yeah. So, like, yeah, I mean, like, it could be normal time. It's not like it's, like, speeding up this time just because of an external drive, but unless, like, you're saying, like, it's installed this fast usually on, like, even the internal one. Even before you had the hard drive, it was going the same speed. Okay, never mind then. Because I just remember the fact that, like, the PS4s and the Xbox Ones were, like, using slower drives than, like, were available. Like, they were using, like, pretty middle-of-the-road drives in terms of speed for 2013 when they got announced. So it wasn't, like... And they didn't really upgrade those at any point, even through the, like, PS4 Slim and Pro revisions and, like, the Xbox One X and S and stuff. They didn't really upgrade the drives. Because why would they? It was actually so much of a thing that when, like, some of the Xbox games got ported to PC, they had problems when they were running on faster drives for a little bit before they got patched pretty quickly. But, like, one of the Forza Horizon games actually had issues on PC at first if you installed it on an SSD, because it would try to load resources too fast because, like, it was expecting the hard drive to take a while and let the CPU breathe, but, like, it was just an SSD, so it's just like the CPU was constantly getting hit with these, like, data loads, and like, they actually had issues because of that. But now, like, the Xbox One, or like the Xbox Series and the PS5 both they both actually have, like, SSDs in them, and they both have, I think they both basically run Gen 4 NVMe drives. Xander, what's going on? Drop by to say hi. Hope this hunt goes well for you. Your Dratini hunt to you 8 long days. Dang, dude. Well, good to see you, Xander. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm really hoping that we find this Dratini today. We've built up our catch combo. It took us about an hour 40, so about 100 minutes to build up that combo. The start of that combo is rough, especially if you don't have a lure active. Like, that 4% spawn rate for Dratini is rough at first, but it speeds up pretty quickly. 14 minutes. Yeah, I guess it's figured out your estimate a bit more now, I guess. That actually feels like it's probably been about 3 minutes since your 17-minute thing. Does someone have another anime recommendation? Just checked Psycho 100 and you're not a fan of the anime. Can't watch anime where you don't like the animation. Fair. I still recommend Nichijou. 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 I think it's really funny. But I totally would understand if it's not necessarily your thing. Yo, what's going on? Zoe? Sorry if I mispronounced it. Zoe DBR. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Make that 11. Dang, going fast. It's a brutal hunt, but so worth it, right? Right, Dratini and Dragonair have such cool shinies. I wish Dragonite's shiny was a little bit better. I mean, obviously, like, our Dragonite find was so hype. Like, Dragonite find was incredibly hype, so, like, I'm not going to complain about, oh, it's not the perfect shiny, but, like, Dratini and Dragonair just have such good shinies. Please repeat that so you can check it out. Nichijou. Nichijou. I can type it in chat. Yeah, I just went ahead and put it in chat. That way, like, it's easier to copy if you need to. Yeah, no problem, Gabby. I recommend it. It was one of the first shows I watched. It's been a while. I actually have some of the manga in Japanese, and I was using that as a little bit of Japanese reading practice, which was kind of a mistake, because it uses a lot of wordplay in its comedy. You'll see a lot of translator notes, potentially. As far as, like, they say this word and this word because these words are the same. Like, they are, like, you know, synonyms, stuff like that. So it was rough to use as, like, a introductory Japanese, like, reading manga, because, like, it relied on you knowing stuff. It's like, okay. Yeah, your first manga this week, nice. What was it? Or what is it, I guess? Like, because you still have it. It's not like it disappeared. Oh, dang. We got our first no on the poll. Chat's belief in me wavers slightly. It's all good. I think it's reasonable. I think it's reasonable to have a little bit of an assumption that we won't find a shiny. Yo, Gia, what's going on? In the middle of class to meet you. This is alternative account, but still Gia. Well, welcome. Hope class is going well. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, Persona 5 manga. Cool, cool. I need to get all of my manga back on the shelf. I packed it up in a box, and that's like a box I'm dreading unpacking. Just because it's so heavy. Like, singular books, you never realize how heavy a book is for its size until you put, like, 50 of them in a box. And then you remember that paper is just compressed wood. So a book is just really dense. It's just really dense wood, basically. So you fill a box with it, and it's hard to move. Like, that's one of the boxes that I just had to not pack all the way full, because it's like, well, if I, like, fill this up to the top, the box is just going to break below it. That did happen to one of the boxes when moving. What happened is, I'll stand by this form of the story. I will accept no other retellings. So I had one of my friends, you might know him as Yumiko, as one of the mods on the stream and in Discord. He came over and was helping me move a little bit of the stuff out of my apartment. Because basically, like, on Friday, so like a week ago, I had rented a U-Haul. So like a big truck. My dad and I packed it pretty much full throughout the day with furniture, big boxes, and just a few little things to fit in there. But things like my bikes, you know, stuff like chairs and couches and beds and mattresses and like, you know, dressers and bookshelves, all that kind of stuff went in the U-Haul. But I still had a whole bunch of other stuff left over. And one of those things was a box of wires. Like, a lot of the stuff I had taken off my desk. So, like, cables for, like, my mouse, or, like, DisplayPort cables and power cables, and the stands for my lights and stuff like that were in this box. And it had a lot of stuff in it, but, like, for the size of box, it was probably about a third of the way full. With a few big things that were, like, taller, kind of, like, resting on. Like, the stands for the lights didn't go flat, so, like, they were kind of just, like, crossed, and, like, there's a lot of air under them and stuff. And so, like, yeah, that box is ready to go. He's like, no, Ian, that has a lot of room in it. And I'm like, all right. And he started loading it up more. He carried it out to his car. went to like do that little thing where you kind of adjust so you can like grab something else, like, you know, kind of lift the box up and get it on your leg. He did that, or he kind of was like lowering it a little bit and stopped it, and the whole bottom just gave out and dumped all of these cables and stuff right onto the parking deck, onto the ground in the parking deck. And he's like, yeah, you didn't pack it right. You didn't like put the packing tape on right. I'm like, I don't know how you can put packing tape on wrong. That's what he claims, though. I still stand by the fact I told him the box was full, and then more stuff got put in. Want to get more manga, but your mom says you have too many books that you haven't read, and the thing is, mangas you've read faster than regular books because you don't have glasses. There's also a lot fewer words per manga than there are compared to books. You can read a page of manga in about the time it takes to read like a paragraph of a book. I remember there was one summer I had an internship where I had to I would wait like 5 minutes between, like I had to you know, kind of rerun things and recompile stuff, and I would just have like a manga next to me that I would read throughout that, and I would in like 5 minutes I would read like 10 pages in comparison. So like I could get through like a book or two a day, you know, just like waiting for this thing to compile throughout the day. Don't know what games are done. You're done watching TV with your aunt. You'll know what games are done when you're done watching TV. Okay. I thought you were saying like you're done watching TV, you're just gonna go find out what games are done. Like I don't know if anything more than Borderlands would be done at the moment. You love reading, but no glasses is hard because you need reading glasses. I gotcha. I've been very lucky in the fact that I haven't needed glasses. I feel like my luck with my eyes is just gonna completely go one day, and it's not even gonna be like, oh, you need glasses. It's gonna just be like something horrible with like my eyes. It's gonna be like, oh no. It's because I have somehow lucked out in the vision department. Like everyone else in my family has glasses or contacts and stuff, and then like I've never needed any kind of corrective lenses or anything. My eyes have always been pretty okay. There was one time in like second grade where like the board was blurry when I was sitting in the back of the room, so I went into the like school nurse and they did like a vision test because, you know, like, it's blurry, and it was a test, so I was very nervous to get things wrong. So despite me staring at this board that had pictures on it, but I had to figure out what the pictures were, I didn't admit that they were all blurry. I just guessed. Because I could tell from like the pictures, like the amount of like black on the picture, because it was just black and white images, like schools and apples and random things like that. There were no letters. If there had been letters, I would have absolutely failed. I could not tell shapes. I could just tell like that was more shaded. Like the apple was more shaded than the house, so that one's darker. That's the apple, and I guessed everything right. And they're like, oh, your vision's fine. I'm like, okay. And went back to class. When your eyes are so bad that LASIK won't fix them, oof, that stinks. Yeah, so that was my that was the one time my vision was bad. They gave me a test. I didn't want to fail the test, and so I guessed everything right. And they were like, your eyes are fine. And I was like, couldn't see. And my eyes got better though, so I don't know. They adjusted. They adjusted well enough to the situation. It's just me, or have all the spawns slowed down now? It's like our lure's wearing off, despite us not moving. It's probably just like a ton of Dratinis off to the left. All hanging out there waiting to despawn. I feel like that's gotta be the case. I wish I could move further down. If I could just move like one tile further down, I would be happy, I think. Sadly, you've been wearing glasses since first grade. You hate glasses, they're annoying and they always sliding off your face, so no. Hopefully you're able to find something that kind of helps with that, maybe. The game cartridge is getting tired. It's like, dude, it's getting late. You don't stream for 3 hours. What are you doing? Like, stop this. Stop this madness. But we gotta find it. I gotta prove all of the believers in chat right. I gotta prove you all right. And thank you guys for getting the stream to 25 likes. That is awesome. I really, really, really appreciate that. It means a lot. Can we hit 30? Can we hit 30 likes? That'd be incredible. Yeah, the game cartridge is getting tired of all my shenanigans, I guess. The one dude who disliked. I'm just gonna believe that it was Juan. I think I know who it might have been, but I'm just gonna believe that it's Juan. He's the one always saying for everyone to dislike the streams. Yeah, you know, it happens. It happens. I mean, obviously, I'd prefer likes over dislikes, but at the same time, anyone who dislikes the stream is still just giving the stream an interaction, which for live content is all that YouTube cares about. I'm pretty sure you could have a stream that has like 1,000 dislikes and a stream that's 1,000 likes, and YouTube looks at them pretty similarly when it comes to like recommendations for live streams and interactions off stuff. Hyped to see what is installed when you go back upstairs to look. It's like a mystery box. Guys, I'm excited. This is probably a very weird thing to be excited about, but I'm super excited. I got an email that my new shoes shipped. So I like wearing Converse. They're generally like, they're not the most like good shoe. They're not like the best shoe for your foot in terms of just like ergonomics and stuff or padding and everything. Like, they're actually pretty rough to walk on a lot, but I don't walk around a whole lot in shoes just because I don't go if I go somewhere, I do the walking and I come back, and then I'm just barefoot because I'm in my house. So I generally don't wear them all that much, and because of that, my last pair of Converse lasted from my senior year of I almost said from high school. That's way too long. Senior year of college, all the way through that, and then like the 2.5 years since then. They lasted, and then like 2 weeks ago or something, they just gave out entirely. Giant hole, could see all the way through to my sock. And you know, I had to get new ones, and I ordered some new ones, some custom ones. And I'm excited for them because of that. Because I had to order them. You know, they're like, oh, they'll get some here somewhere by the end of October, but it looks like they'll show up. I guess on the 5th, which is like 2 weeks from today, which is awesome. Still going, indeed. Trying to go for those. I think I'm trying to get back to the old 7 to 10 schedule. I think that's going to be my plan for now. I think that gives me a good bit more time to stream each day. And just hopefully we can find some more shinies with that. Can't wear many shoes because they all give you blisters. That's unfortunate. Yeah, my feet can be kind of weird with certain shoes. Also, in general, they don't always make shoes at the same time. That feeling when your package gets shipped is amazing, right? Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be the most boring thing, but it's always exciting to see the package ship. So yeah, that's totally a thing. Like, I'm saying, like, oh boy, new shoes, but it's like just getting to watch, like, refreshing that tracking page an unhealthy amount. Got a PS5 a week ago. Nice, that's awesome, Vanillix. So you got it for retail price. Nice. Yeah, at this point, they're showing up and sticking around just long enough, like everything is. PS5s, graphics cards, Xboxes, all that stuff's sticking around long enough now that like there's no reason to pay scalper prices. Like with graphics cards, the increased MSRPs stink, but it's business, supply and demand. If they can sell them for that, why? If scalpers are selling them for higher, you know, the companies selling it for higher is just logical. For one, it discourages scalping because scalpers don't make as much of a profit, and two, like, now the company's making the profit to put back into the products, stuff like that. The COVID's decreasing rapidly. That's awesome, Gia. That's awesome. It's going down. That's good. Ordered a GitHub hoodie and it shipped yesterday. Nice. Oh yeah, JT, how have classes been going and everything, man? I feel like we were talking about the coding stuff a whole bunch, and then I guess classes got a bit more heavy for you. How is that all going? Trying to get an outfit so you look decent when you finally go to see your 2 friends at their school play. Don't have many friends. Hey, that's awesome. Getting dressed up and having a good time. That's good. We better see a shiny. I hope so. Got to prove the 23% no wrong. Our PS5 for a while. Awesome, Nebby. Yeah, I was in the game of trying to find a console for a little bit. And it was for my dad for Christmas. My sister and I split getting him an Xbox, and I was able to get that. Barely. I almost missed out on it. I was over at Mel's place, my girlfriend's at the time, and my girlfriend's place at the time. She's moved since then, but yeah, I tried logging in, like going on GameStop's website, because I saw it was like just then it had restocked. And I went on, and because it was apartment Wi-Fi, like it's like the way colleges tend to do Wi-Fi is, they're like, oh, you don't have to set it up, we already have it, and it's awful. But that's how they all do it now, and it's really frustrating. But they're like, oh yeah, you don't worry, just sign on to our Wi-Fi, and you're all good. And so like everyone goes through the same Wi-Fi network, so that whole apartment complex couldn't access GameStop's order page from the Wi-Fi. And I was trying on my phone and it wouldn't go through, and I had to switch over to 3G or to 4G. And by the time I did that, the Series X's were gone and the S's were very, very limited. And I was like, I managed to grab it, fortunately, but yeah, it was rough back then. I know it's a little bit better now. I think like PS5s are generally a bit easier to get. They stay in stock a little bit longer now. Series S's, you can generally pull. Like, you have a good amount of time to get a Series S. At this point, anyone who's holding out is really holding out for an X, and isn't just saying, screw it, I'll get whatever I can get, and stock in general's come back up a little bit more. First semester on campus, and you met people from your high school you never talked to before, so that's good. Nice. Taking linear algebra, though, so you're screwed. Dude, good luck. A hoodie has Git in white and hub inside an orange rectangle. Where have you seen that before? I wonder. Yeah. Good luck with linear algebra. That class kicked my butt 1.5 times because it didn't quite kick my butt enough for me to have to do it a 3rd time. Yeah. So what happened with me in that is I made the mistake of taking it freshman semester, like first semester freshman year. Just because, like, I took Calc 1 and 2, like, combined. I basically took those in high school my junior year. And they added basically a Calc 3/linear algebra course to my high school for, like, the tons of juniors that became seniors and no longer had math to take my year. So they added in Calc 3. And, yeah, like, that wasn't too bad. Like then, so I was like, all right, that's fine. And looking through the courses, it's like, I think what honestly it was the problem with going into college. I don't know, maybe this was limited to me, but I doubt it. Like to my school, but I doubt it. The advisors, like when you're initially signing up for classes, I feel like are gonna push you to like take stuff that you don't necessarily need to be taking yet. If you've got a ton of credits coming in from high school, be it through like AP classes or just any kind of programs that give you college credit, I don't think, like, because it was mostly like student advisors. It wasn't like the main advisors helping us like kind of set up our schedules. Because I remember I set up my schedule. I was like, all right, well, I don't have to take my science or anything yet. Like I have enough credits going in that I'm basically a semester or 2 in already, and I don't know if the advisors just expected me to want to graduate early or what they were doing, but I remember them like being like, "Oh, you should go ahead and take this. Like, why aren't you putting this in your schedule? It'd be a shame to fall behind here. Like, if you're so far ahead here already." And it's like, but like if I'm so far ahead here, I can make up for being behind. Like it should all even out. Is basically what I was going through in my head. But naive not even quite a freshman yet, Ian was like, okay, and I rapidly threw more stuff into my schedule, and I was max hours my first semester, which is a terrible idea. And one of those classes was linear algebra, and I thought it would be easy because I had a good teacher for it in high school. It was not. I had a very bad professor my first semester taking it. Did not go well. Do not recommend. So yeah, that was very unfortunate. I was just, it is what it is. It happened. But yeah, that was just in general. It's like I didn't know what I was doing, and yeah, the advisors in that specific situation weren't super helpful. Because again, I don't think they were really prepared to see someone come in with what was going to be what generally would be your math class, at the end of sophomore year or beginning of junior year, to see a freshman taking it, because my school got us ahead and I had a great math teacher then. I'm we don't know what to do. Yo, Katie Lawrence, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Let's get that shiny. Heck yeah, let's get that shiny. Math's not bad. The proofs though, I was fine with. I liked proofs in discrete. You suck at math? Generally, I'm pretty decent at math. I think just that class in general was rough. It was a different type of math, and I just didn't quite grasp it. Sort of hate classes here. That's why you're trying to be homeschooled, because schools where you're at are good, they're not good. I gotcha. That stinks. Yeah, I was very fortunate. I had a really good school system in elementary through high school. Sorry about that. You're good. You're all good. Heard in America they make some programs on purpose to weed out students. Is that true? Yeah, I believe to an extent, at least in colleges. Obviously not in high schools and stuff. That'd be kind of rough to weed someone out of required mandatory education. Yeah, so there's a lot of schools. I think that. I've at least heard, and it's definitely come up, that there are definitely weed out classes at various levels. I don't necessarily believe it's intentional, on the administration's part, to be let's make this class super difficult. I think it's just in general, depending on the school and the rigor of the program, it can be decently easy for a class, a specific class, to generally be where the wall hit, where people hit the wall, and in terms of what they can learn. Sometimes, very unfortunately and very frustratingly, it is just a bad professor. I know we had one of those classes in my program where it was I talked to several people who were just generic business majors who had been in my CS major, and they're yeah, that class with that dude is why I stopped. Generally that's kind of what it is yeah, I didn't, either I'm not cut out for this, or this class was very frustrating and I didn't learn anything and I can't progress because of that. That's kind of what happens. Again, I don't think it's necessarily intentional, but it's just what happens. There's different, it's kind of just you hit that next tier of the level of the classes, and it just some people can't hit that. They didn't quite take in the information from classes before or whatever. I also think a lot of times if you get into a really prestigious school, what happens is you start taking that class, and you start taking the class from high school into this college, and it just kicks you on your butt, and it weeds you out because maybe you just never learned how to study in high school and stuff. I don't think it's necessarily always intentionally set up to be let's pull a bunch of kids in, give them false hope, and then kick them out because they're not good enough. But I think it happens like that when you go into a really difficult school and you had a really easy time in high school, Friend said yesterday that linear algebra is pretty easy. He doesn't know. Some of it is easy, and then it gets ridiculously hard. The time I failed it and had to take it again, I started after my first test with a 96 in the class, and then it just went down from there and never came back up. I got a bug bite on my arm or something. Don't know how that happened. What topic of linear algebra was the hardest? Dude, I don't remember, honestly. I think just so much of it was really poorly taught for me that it ended up... it could have just been, like, a lot of stuff was difficult, but it honestly just could have been that one part wasn't explained well to me the first time, because this was back in 2015. This is a while ago now that this all happened. Whereas, like, yeah, I was like, I don't know, this is rough. Yeah, so, like, for me, is like, at some point, I just kind of hit that wall with it, and I couldn't really figure out past that, and the professor was awful. Like, he was just kind of like, why didn't you learn it in class? Like, if you asked him in, like, office hours, like, why didn't you learn it in classes? Like, because you didn't, like, I don't know. That's why I'm here. Help. But yeah, he was a nightmare. He was the last person in the room and the first person out. Like, it was rough. And he just, like, came in, looked at the board, and just started writing and talking. And would just get to the end of the board and come back and erase one of the boards and start writing again. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, talk us through this a little bit, please. Yeah, that was a rough class. And yeah, then people would go to his office hours and, like, he would talk about them, like, blatantly in class after that. Like, oh, didn't know. It's like, dude, they got like a low C on the test and they're asking for help to get a higher grade. Like, why are you berating them? Or, like, why are you, like, using them as a bad example? Was really, like, the thing. Is like, what the heck? So yeah, that was unfortunate. Yeah, so I don't know what specifically was rough with it. I would probably equate it to me never having the, like, moment that made me realize it was wrong that I had with my assembly language class. So basically, one thing in my assembly language class was I didn't realize that different, like, functions use different registers as far as, like, loading stuff in the assembly. So, like, I was just, like, doing terribly on stuff. So I'm like, dude, none of this works. And come to find out that, like, oh, we just weren't ever taught, or it was mentioned one time and I missed it, that, like, oh, we gotta use this. And then suddenly I had, like, hundreds on everything. I was like, okay. It's like that one piece of the puzzle assembly language I got. Honestly, I kind of wish I just had a little bit better of a professor for that class, because it was it's a pretty interesting topic. One of the things I disliked about that class is I showed up and started taking notes on a laptop, and, like, a bunch of other people did, because it was, like, a high-level CS class. We're used to sitting down and having code up. It's like, no, you gotta write all this. I think writing is better. And it's like, dude, you're teaching one of the last classes that, like, the computer science major needs. We all have computers. I did not bring a notebook. Like, not learned for taking that in university. Honestly, like I said, as long as you remember and understand that, like, registers, there are different registers in x86 for different types of, like, data, be it strings or you know, digits or, like, numbers or anything like that. Like, there's different registers they end up in, I believe, or different, like, arithmetic goes in different things. I forget what exactly it was. Basically, it was like I was putting everything in, like, register A and it needed to be in register C. And as soon as I knew that, like, suddenly everything was so easy and I finished everything very quickly. But it was rough for a bit. Did you get the shiny? Not yet. Not yet. We're still going for it. Hey, algebra, you'd rather algebra break your neck. See, I was always a fan of math. I think in elementary school I was kind of upset my math grade was usually low, but I didn't realize I was always being put in, like, a higher level math class. So, like, my math grade being 1 point lower than the others wasn't really a problem because I was just in the higher math. What tech stack do you use for web dev? So currently all of our stuff is like .NET and SQL backend and Angular front end. I actually haven't been dealing with a lot of web dev directly at my job at the moment. I've been doing a lot of like assisting work with translation stuff. Like, basically translation team gives me translations, and I've just been going into our resource files and updating them for the past month. So there hasn't been a lot of, like, coding from me at the moment. An art, bio, history guy. Bio is interesting to be in that. I feel like bio is, like, very, like, science-y. Which, I mean, it is very science-y. It is a science. The science of life. But I guess, for me, like, I don't know. Biology wasn't necessarily my thing, just because I wasn't very interested in it. Like, when you get down to the level that a lot of biology talks about in terms of like the chemistry of it, it becomes very hard science. But even then, like it went from being like very abstract and at the top of everything and talking about stuff, which was kind of interesting, down to like way too complex hard science. I'm like, nah, I'm good sticking with math and computers. Getting so lost on what's learned with web dev, there's so much to know. If you want to learn to write your own stuff, learn like Node. Node is very easy to pick up, in my opinion. The first few like kind of little like web program things I wrote purely in Node.js. It's very powerful. Like when I wrote like my first chatbots and stuff, they were all just little Node.js servers that ran. Because you can really, at this point, the web's advanced enough, you can write anything you want in web and make it work. Like you can basically write your web stuff in anything and make it work at this point. Like you can use Java. It's not recommended that you just use straight Java, but you can. For a bit more powerful overall encompassing, like ASP.NET, as much as I'm not a super big fan of it, is very workable and very usable. As you were saying, though, even the easier stuff like Node sounds way too complicated to you. I'm trying to think of the best way to break it down, because like really what I would say is like to learn Node, weird, it might be weird, but this is just the way I did it, so maybe this would help. If you have a GroupMe chat with your friends, make a bot and like literally go to like GroupMe's developer like documentation and their bot tutorial. It's very basic and it'll kind of get you there. I don't know if the Heroku stuff still works, because I know they kind of changed their whole plan, but like as far as looking at it, because basically you just have code sitting there waiting, and when you go to the URL for it, like part of the URL that you have is basically a function call, and then it does the function, and that function returns a web page. That's really what a lot of web stuff is. Is it a good plan after high school? I'd rather go to a trade school than college. I want to be a mechanic. Would that be a good option for not wanting to go to college? I'm not going to give you like life advice like that. Like, don't take this as concrete life advice, but I am definitely of the opinion that there are a lot of careers that don't need a traditional 4-year bachelor's degree college. A trade school is definitely a viable option for certain things. I don't know your personal situation. Mechanic does seem like the kind of career that, yeah, like a trade school is better for, but depending on what you want to do, maybe college, if you want to go like beyond that and become like an automotive engineer, that's when it matters. But just purely wanting to be a mechanic, yeah, I think a trade school is probably the best option. But that's not something to talk to me about. I'm a random streamer on the internet who college worked for me, and now I play Pokemon on the internet and have a day job. Like, so don't take any advice or like knowledge I have as like the gospel or anything. That's not the case. But I'm definitely of the mindset that college isn't for everyone, just because some people's interests aren't something that college will help you with. More of a language arts and history person. Nice. Facts. Just want to work in cars and be a mechanic. Yeah, I mean, like I said, don't take what some random like early to mid 20s, streamer says like as like gospel or anything. But yeah, there are I know plenty of people, like a lot of my friends' parents and stuff like that, like, or even a lot of my friends from high school I know, like, just did a trade school. Like, they started college and it didn't work, and they did like a trade school and have a job that puts food on the table, a roof over their head, and like feeds their family. And it's like, sometimes that's all they want. Some of them are really successful and own companies. One of my friend's parents, I think just like went to a trade school or like, made enough money that they're able to like start a business and stuff. Like, I personally think, and again, don't take anything I say here as like permanent life advice. Definitely get other opinions. Definitely think about it yourself. Your opinion here matters. Your situation is going to be different, but I definitely think we emphasize college as like the one and only option too much, and we should definitely like consider what like you actually want to do at the end of it. Like, at the end of the day, you found a Dragonite. Hey, that's awesome, Nebby. wouldn't be able to handle a massive amount of work in college. And that's fair. Like I said, it's not for everyone. Again, I won't say if it's for you or not, but yeah, it's not for everyone. I've known people who did it because they thought that. I know people who started college because it was the thing they were supposed to do, and then they started college, and then they dropped out, and like it was just a waste of like the tuition for a semester because like it just wasn't for them. Fern makes $24 an hour as an apprentice after attending trade school, so don't think his college is the end-all be-all option. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know people who make that plus commission on stuff they do, and it's just like something they learned. I'm sorry for the cat you guys can hear in the background. She's very upset that door is shut. Sad nebby noises. Oh no, did it get away? Looked into it, and to be honest, your guidance counselor at school said it'd be a great option for you. Honestly, yeah, your guidance counselor at school and other teachers and stuff are going to be your best people to talk to. Talk to trade schools and stuff and see what's going on. But yeah, if you really just want to be a mechanic, I believe that it would be very successful. But again, I'm a random streamer on the internet, and I know you from these streams, and that's all I know of you. It ran. No, you'll find another one, Nebby. So you hate about CS though. You get interested in something like web dev, and you can't even pick up basic JavaScript and its weird quirks. I will say, JavaScript does have weird quirks. I agree. The thing is, a lot of stuff built on top of JavaScript is able to change JavaScript so much because of its quirkiness that it's its own whole thing. But JavaScript, a lot of its quirks are how user-friendly it is, and the fact that it just kind of goes, okay, and handles whatever you throw at it. Like, I think it's very rare for JavaScript to be what breaks in a given situation. I feel like it's everything around it. Sometimes you're only a junior. Absolutely. I mean, being a junior, that's the perfect time to be starting to think about this kind of stuff. But yeah, don't feel like rushed. You want to be a streamer YouTuber? Nice. Definitely give it a shot. Make it a hobby. I definitely think that's always the kind of thing to start out as a hobby. JavaScript, TypeScript, ECMAScript, all the scripts. Yeah, I feel like JavaScript's the most useful of those, in my opinion, but I'm also a web dev. So I deal with JavaScript constantly. Yeah. It's good to know JavaScript, but at the same time, yeah, do like a Code Academy course on it or something, and then from there just kind of learn on the fly. I'm very much a fan of the approach of learn enough that you can start, and then just start looking up the things you need to know from there. That's my approach to it generally, is like, there's no need to know a language inside and out to do most of the things you want to do. The only, just need to know, the most common core parts, right? Define variables, return stuff, functions. Want to do something traveling and make videos of your travels, and also make videos about your life, like the travel vlog kind of stuff? That'd be cool. Am I comfortable with React.js? I have not used React.js, no. Yeah, I've used Node.js, I've used AngularJS. I've also used Angular, which is a very different thing. As unfortunate as that naming is, it's like Java versus JavaScript, being totally different things. Felt like staying 8 hours in math would suck. It's not that bad until you realize you need to walk up 5 flights of stairs. Yeah, that's the thing. I've never had issues with the mask, so I wouldn't really have a problem. But yeah, if it's hot and you wear it, I can see how it's a little bit more rough. Or if you're running a lot and it's hot, or moving a lot and it's hot, maybe a little rough. Yeah, I'm sorry that the cat's screaming. JavaScript frameworks are a disease. Why are there so many? Because everyone thinks that everyone else did it wrong and that they can do it better. You'll see most of those big libraries are backed by a company that just wanted their own stuff. Like React was made by a team at Facebook. Holy moly. Did a lot of games get downloaded? I know this is unrelated to the usual ways that we do things, but I relate to that message, J-Teen. So it is now the pinned message from today. Went upstairs and two 30+ gig games are like 20 to 30 minutes left downloading. Nice. I feel honored. I relate to that. I relate to that. It's gotta stay. I gotta soundproof that door as well. So yeah, Cat wants in, but Cat's not allowed in right now. Only a 5k Poké Coins. Oh no! Yeah, going to Cerulean Cave I found is generally the best way to get more money without having to do a whole bunch of battles. So you can just pick up a bunch of stuff. Even if you just pick up like Ultra Balls, you can sell the Ultra Balls for a good bit. Cerulean Caves where all your money went to. Yeah, I mean, Cerulean Cave, like, it's great for finding, like, a lot of stuff. Like, all the raspberries and everything like that. Like, every few shiny hunts, I just have to go to Cerulean Cave and do a whole bunch of item collecting, a whole bunch of grinding on that front. Catching the pink eggs with eggs in the pouch. Ah, I see, I see. You have Kitty again. Nice. I'll let my kitty in for a minute, so maybe she can hop up on stream. Let's see, can I move? I can't move this far back. Maybe I can. Can I get the door? I can't. There we go. I didn't expect to be able to get all the way to the door with this headphone cable. Oh. Right, Cat is now in room. I am nervous with her around the power cords, but it'll be okay. What's the best Linux distro in your opinion? I'm really only familiar with Ubuntu. It's honestly the simplest one. Like, if you don't, I feel like if you don't have a specific reason to be using another one, there's no need to use anything other than Ubuntu. You know, like, I feel like for the most part, the benefits are that they start with less. So if you just want to plug and play one, which generally is what I want, Ubuntu. Hey Mel, how's it going? Everything's good here. Oh shoot, it's Mel. It is. If you can make me laugh, I'll name the second Pokemon in PSP after you. After JT. Yeah, but Mel, hope everything's going well. Hope you're having a good morning. Yeah, I now have Cat on lap. We'll see if Cat wants to get the attention and comes up on camera. Hey, come up, show your face. Show your face to the people. They've been hearing you. They've been hearing you scream all day. Oh, not bumping the mic. Not bumping the mic. The mic stays in place. Look, you gotta be on camera. Say hello. She is displeased. Displeased with the camera. Stop the streaming almost for me. Yeah, I don't have those. Yeah, so everyone who hasn't seen her, that is Adele. That's the one you will hear a lot of as she screams at the door during streams, because she generally won't be allowed in here during them. Just for the sake of... if she gets in my lap and messes with stuff, it can be a little bit chaotic. Well, it's not always going to be allowed, but hello, small yelling version of me. Yeah, it was a good laugh when my mom was hanging out one time and said, she's the quietest cat ever. She's been so quiet this whole time. And Mel and I laughed because she is in fact the loudest cat ever and shrieks like a banshee all the time. she'll be louder than I've ever heard another cat be, just making a noise grunting, hopping into my lap. That's the kind of cat she is. But I love her. She's very affectionate and very adorable and always super sweet. And likes chewing on my headphone cables for some reason. So yeah, she's just sitting on my lap. Never quite picked up by camera. So it could all be a ruse. She could actually not exist at all. And you guys would never know. Oh. She has taken my right arm hostage, guys. This is the end. Now she's got herself stuck in my shirt. Okay. She got herself very stuck in my shirt. This is a sign it's time for her claws to get trimmed. Cat is the opposite. Quiet and only wants to sleep. She also blends in the dark. Oh yeah, no. Adele is always down for sitting in your lap. Literally with everyone. From the first moment I saw her at the shelter, she was like this. Super cuddly and adventurous. Yeah, she immediately was fine being in your arms and, wanted to climb everywhere. And anytime I would go away for, the weekend and had to have someone come and, cat sit and, feed her and stuff, I would immediately get a new picture of her sitting in someone's lap. Because, who's ever had a cat just walk up and sit in your lap, right? They're always super cautious and they never trust you. Adele, she'd never seen me interact with this person before, and they came over, and the first thing I saw was sitting in lap. And I was like, "Oh, did she eat her food?" Because I haven't even gotten to giving her food. You didn't even have to give her food for her to be like that. She's just like that. Family might get a kitten. Never. Oh no, that's so long. Yours is hyper and demands you feed her at 5 a.m. Paws at your face to wake you up. Yeah, Adele just sleeps on my chest all night. So it's not like there's going to be new weight on me or anything. She just sits there, and then she's very loud about food, but she's not she's also very passive-aggressive about it. When she's not meowing, she'll have her tail straight up, and I'll be sitting in a work meeting. Generally what I do is I wake up, I have a work meeting 5 minutes after I wake up. So I sit in on that. Once that meeting's done, about somewhere between 10 and 30 minutes after that meeting, I'll feed her, because I never want her to get too into a routine on that. And if that meeting goes long, she's able to she's like, "Hey, you should feed me by now." And I also don't want her. I never want her to associate me waking up with her getting food, right? I don't want that to be the immediate association at any point. So there's always got to be something that happens, even if on a weekend I'll wake up and I'll shower before I feed her, just to keep her from trying to wake me up like that. But she'll very passive aggressively go under my legs with her tail straight up to whap my legs. Oh, you're considering Paramount Plus? Still want to watch the iCarly? Is there something else on there? Hey, don't spam. Don't spam. And timeout. I clicked timeout. There we go. That took a second to register. Relax with the spam, right? Oh, you got him to laugh. Try to tune them out, but your signal said that it wouldn't even register. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, YouTube chat's just been very laggy, I feel, in general. It always has been. But I think the Zalco text honestly kind of breaks it a little bit too. But yeah, I clicked the timeout and then like 3 more messages came through. So Paramount stuff, you're craving some Ned's Declassified. Ooh. Are you able to get it over there, or are you going to have a similar issue to like Disney Plus? Your cat left you. Oh no! I mean, and like, I feel like if the chat was like more active, like that level of spam wouldn't be too big of an issue, but here it's like... He's trying to escape your room. Oh no! But she can't, she's stuck permanently in the room. Let's see real quick. Oh, like that, you use a little curse word. Oh no. Not sure, might have to use VPN. Okay. If you do that and it doesn't end up working, hopefully I can help you with that. I'm trying to work on some stuff to make that work for you. A demon in a cat's body. That's like half of cats though, right? I just got very lucky that this one's not that. And is instead very, very, very relaxed. And just has her face buried in my elbow right now. Alright guys, we're gonna wait for one more Dratini encounter here. Watching one more Dratini spawn on screen, and then we're gonna do a raid. Oh, we got a bunch of Dratini spawn just there. Unfortunately, no shiny for us today, but guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. We're going to do a raid, so definitely go through the raid, show some love, show some raid hype. Thank you to everyone who has been here. Thank you to Shining Umbreon for the raid, and to everyone who left a like on the stream, anyone that subbed. I really, really appreciate it. I'll be back on again, hopefully tomorrow. Can't confirm for sure. If I do stream tomorrow, it'll be part of that community shiny hunt for the racing for the Spiel. Hope to see you guys then. If I don't see you then, hopefully to see you guys in the next stream. And until next time, guys, take care.